Warning! The following episode of Orsini's Uncensored Mind contains explicit language and adult content. The thoughts and opinions stated on this show are reflective of AZ Orsini, the Steve Dave, and their guests exclusively. Seriously, guys, my dada and uncle say some pretty crazy stuff. If it offends you, go be butthurt somewhere else.
Welcome to Orsini's Uncensored Minds, and now your host, AJ Orsini with Dave.
Hey. How the hell is everybody out there? It's your boys, your main men, your Goth Soul Brothers from exactly specifically the same exact mother. I'm using the old intro because Daddy's feeling it today. Oh, he's in a positive mood, and he's not alone. Don't let the question mark fool you. Dave, are you with us?
Fuck! I wanted to come in that way. We were laying in bed yesterday, and my wife was just scrolling. Just like what she normally does. I'm sitting there, and all of a sudden I hear, fuck! I was like, that's a familiar fuck. So I looked over. And it was one of our clips
of us saying somebody said fuck.
It started. She was like, "Dude, he cut. I don't know how he cut this, but she's like, this was pretty funny." So I think it. You did that thing where it like starts with the end. You seen those?
Yeah. That thing does that shit automatically. It doesn't do it for every clip, so I don't get it. But.
Yeah. So I think it did that. So it started with fuck. And then we started talking about, God, I forget exactly what it was, but it was something really good. They were like, oh my God, that was so good. And then you was like, dude, you were saying something like, it's really good. And I just was like, fuck. And that's when it started again.
and that's when I knew.
And then that's when it kept looping like that. I'm like, did you go to our page or did that just pop up randomly? She said it just popped up randomly. I'm like, okay, that works. Fuck it.
The algorithm is working.
Picked it up, dude.
The funny thing is that the one thing that we don't get here on the show is, and I don't spend a lot of time doing this, but we've put up so many videos now that we're starting to get interaction that I didn't even know about. So, like, what I mean by that is that I've been uploading a lot on YouTube, but as I explained before, I have a website that also posts onto my other social media sites, like Facebook and Instagram and Threads, and one of them is TikTok. We post a bunch of shit on TikTok, like a lot. And I don't look at TikTok. I have it for the purposes of networking, but I don't scroll or spend my usual free time on TikTok. So you had just mentioned that your wife did something recently with TikTok. My wife has also recently done something with TikTok. So sometimes when she's scrolling through, she'll send me something. And she did that the other day, and I looked at it, and it was hilarious. But what it brought to my attention was when I logged on, and I haven't logged on in a while, because when I post on TikTok, I don't go to TikTok.com to post. I use my other program. So I haven't logged in forever. So I logged in, and holy shit. A lot of notifications. So if you've been commenting on our videos on TikTok, I do apologize.
Big time.
I haven't really checked it. But at the end of this, because today we're not going to do any fancy schmancy transitioning today, folks. The topic of the day is very simple. It's the one topic. We're talking Summerslam.
Fucking wrestling, boys.
Big fucking weekend in MetLife Stadium. 2 nights, lots to break down, lots to talk about. My boy over here wants to gloat. He wants to credit. We're going to give him the stage today. We're going to do a lot of revolving around SummerSlam. So what I wanted to do is I wanted to go ahead and start that process very early on. Let's get all that out the way. And if we're feeling froggy and we've got the time at the end, I would actually like to read you some of these comments on the TikTok. perhaps
Oh, yeah.
perhaps give you the opportunity and myself to maybe verbally reply to some of them, because there hasn't
Damn,
been.
I feel bad. If I knew we were getting comments like that, I'd have fucking responded to the comment.
Yeah, well, I didn't. I literally found out last night.
No, I know.
So
I know. I'm just saying.
Yeah. No, I feel bad for her. So what I wanted to do is, since I put clips on the actual TikTok, I felt bad, so I want to take time for the first time in a long time. We're gonna answer. We're gonna answer. We're gonna reply, and we're gonna comment on some of the TikTok comments here today at the end of the show. There's not a lot of negativity, which I thought for sure. It's social media. I'm bound to get one or two.
Give it time.
Yeah. We're not
They
big
haven't
enough
done
yet.
all the clips yet.
Yeah, so we'll know we've made it when someone in there tells me to unalive myself or something.
Better yet, either that, call us a racist, or Nazi.
Yeah. Or Nazi. Oh yeah,
If we get called any one of those three, we're out of here, boys. Start monetizing.
Call it a pipe dream, but I'd like to be called a fascist pig at some point. I mean that's reaching. That's reaching. But I have
big dreams. Big dreams.
There it is. Big dreams. No whammy. Stop.
What did he say in the Patriot? Aim high, hit low.
Hey, there you go. Aim high, hit low. Boy, you bringing it back with that reference right there. Absolutely.
I live by that.
Live by that code. Well, like as I said at the beginning of this, let me eliminate some of these boxes here so I can run a lot smoother. We are here to talk about SummerSlam. A lot went down this weekend. Many people that I have spoke to are calling this a phenomenal SummerSlam, but then I spoke to some that boring, predictable. It seems to be all over the map. We're going to give you...
Okay, let's do this right here real quick, because I like where you're at right here.
Okay.
Real quick, and we'll obviously dig deep as we talk about it.
Right.
What side do you land on?
For me?
Yes. Quick, easy. We'll elaborate later. Quick and easy answer. Which side do you land on?
Well, I think it was Pombo. Pombo acts. I did the Pombo show for the Fantastic Four, like we talked about. We talked all about Marvel and Fantastic Four, but he couldn't help himself, and he was just like, "Hey, do me a favor. By the end of that show, give me like a 1 to 10 rating and where you land on SummerSlam for the night that I was at." I said, "Sure." I personally gave it about a 7 or an 8. So it's like somewhere in a 7.5.
You're talking night one.
Night one. Okay. Now, I would have rated that a little higher if my evening did not end the way that it ended. We'll get to that. Fair. Sunday, I gave it a little bit more. I gave it a stronger 8, 8.5. Just for the sake of how that show ended. And we'll get into that. So for me, the endings of these shows kind of made the shows for me. There was some bumps in the road on both nights, but for the most part, I felt like this was a pretty good show. I got into it. It helps that I was there for night one, but I got into night two as well, including a surprise pick for myself for what I thought was going to be extremely terrible and ended up at least being very palatable. I didn't hate it. But we'll get there. Where did you stand on SummerSlam?
We're gonna deep dive, but real quick, I'm just gonna give you my synopsis. I feel like we're kind of gonna flip here.
Okay,
a little bit. Usually, you're the pessimist.
Yes.
If we're talking night one, for me, my experience as a cash, and even my wife would agree, and she's even way more cash than I am. I give night one a 9.
Ooh.
But if we're talking night two, it's struggling at a 6 for me just because of the ending was the way. We'll get into it. Yes. I just wanted to put that information. But yes, that's where I'm about like mid on this. I didn't hate it.
Right.
I feel like it could have been better, and I feel like night two was where the ball really just fucking fell flat, dude.
Okay. All right. Well,
we'll get to it.
If you look at the cards, night one felt like the wrestling show, right? That was the one where there wasn't really a lot of gimmicks. There wasn't really a lot. It was more or less one-on-one matches, tag team matches. There wasn't really a lot going on as far as gimmicks or stipulations. They left all that for seemingly night 2, which at first I was a little miffed. I was like, wow, that's not a very balanced card. It seems to be pretty heavy on the night 2 side. But now, having seen both, I'm very happy with the night that I went. I feel okay with that. But let's go ahead and let's get right into the actual conversation that we need to get into, which is what actually went down at SummerSlam. Can I make a quick comment towards some of the not viewers, some of the people that I heard on social media who were saying things like the crowd was dead. What a terrible crowd. I heard that one a lot online, not just after the event. I read some of it during the event, where they're like, why is the crowd so asleep? Why is the crowd so... It's a stadium. No one seems to be hyped to be there. I don't understand. Okay, at first, I was miffed when I heard that. Because I said to myself, that's just got to be a bunch of internet hate. Has to be. Because I'm in this motherfucking building, and I don't get that vibe at all. I was surrounded by noise for most of that goddamn night. Now, I was miffed, right? So then the next day, as I told you, I went to, I was not home. I went to Long Island to my father-in-law's house. He had the pool out back waiting for Alex. He had invited Alex to come to the pool and hang out and chill and mess around and order pizza and be a kid. So we drove him out there so he can go see his grandpa and his titi and his uncle and his cousins, who immediately of me getting out of the car, I was attacked by those cousins asking me where Alex was. It's like, he's over there. Jesus Christ, Mr. Popular. He's by the pool. He's poolside right now, hanging out and chilling. So I didn't get a chance to see Sunday immediately. And because my wife wanted to watch it with me, whenever I did put something on my phone, it couldn't be Sunday because we don't have to watch it together. So I started watching some of Saturday back because I was getting a little hyped for Sunday. As I'm watching Saturday back on my phone, I start realizing, that's why everybody is saying that the crowd sucked. You can't fucking hear us at all on the fucking broadcast.
Nope.
You couldn't hear shit on the broadcast. I was like, whoa, wait a minute. Because while I'm sitting there, my seat is literally shaking. This building was going nuts, especially for the intro when it went from Cardi B to Jay and then Roman. And I'm like, it feels amazing. It was great to be a part of that again. But I go to the Peacock app, and I'm listening for the pop and for the ambiance. None of it. You don't get any of it on the broadcast. And I felt that vibe as I went match by match. So I was like, oh no, what happened? And then I watched night 2 on Monday. Yesterday I watched night 2. Same thing. I'm Rhea Ripley, Io Sky. I could see the crowd going bananas, but you can't fucking hear it. I don't understand. I know people are going to say, well, it's an open stadium, the sound goes up. No, I think there was more to it than that.
Because I even messaged you during, I forget what it was, and I'm like, dude, I can't tell the crowd's reaction. It sounds like they lowered the volume.
Yeah.
Because they didn't want, it was during the Hogan. When they were doing Hogan.
Right.
And I'm like, it sounds like they lowered the volume because you kind of hear a little bit of muffles. Like, I couldn't tell if it was a boo or a cheer. So I'm like, they're doing that.
It was kind of both. Respectful. To be honest with you, it was kind of both.
Yeah, but you watched it. Did you watch it back?
I did watch it back. Yeah, you couldn't
hear how there was damn near no volume?
Yeah, you couldn't hear anything.
It was insane.
You couldn't hear anything.
Nothing.
Nothing. I didn't understand it. And I felt like in that situation with Hogan, I kind of understood tampering with the audio a little bit because you don't want a mixed reaction, right? We get
right.
It.
That's what I thought.
But when I saw some of the entrances where you want that, like when Roman's entrance or Rhea's entrance, they lowered everything down, and I didn't get it. It's like,
I think it was it had to have been an audio issue. It had to have been.
The only thing I can think of is that the noise was so loud that it was messing with their audio levels. But
And they had to balance it out.
Yeah, they had to balance it out, but it wasn't really balanced. I wouldn't even say muffled. It like almost completely knocked out all the reaction altogether.
Yeah.
I was like, whoa. The only ones that really stood out was the surprise at the end of night 2, which we'll get to. The John's entrance got a nice reaction. Cody's got a nice reaction on the app. But like if you got a reaction that was either mixed or less than your average enthusiasm, it didn't come off on camera at all. And that's booing and cheering. Like the heels who got heat, you couldn't hear it. The baby faces that got the pop, you couldn't hear it. I was like, wow, that's crazy. I was ready to go online and just fucking scorch earth, but then I listened to it back. I was like, no, they're right. You can't hear shit. And I'm sitting in a sea of 60,000 people, and they're going fucking nuts. I got video. I took I always record the entrances, so for everybody's entrance, I always focus on the stage because that's the presentation. I want to catch that. But for Jay, I always scan the crowd because I love the look and the visual of the 60,000 people with their arms going up and down, up and down. If you look at my video on my cell phone, the place is going fucking crazy.
Yep. And I'm glad you brought that up because I actually specifically felt like Jay's entrance was disjointed. So if you watch it on TV, it looked like people's timing was off, but like the sound to crowd noise, it just didn't. It felt something was off. It really felt like something was off when you were watching it.
Yeah, we're gonna get to that match in a little bit. Oh boy,
we're gonna get to that match right now.
Oh boy. But no. So for those of you out there who were saying, "Yeah, what a shitty crowd," I can assure you it wasn't. It just I see where you're coming from because you couldn't hear it. Unless you were staring at the audience and looking for that interaction, you really couldn't fucking tell. So I get it. But I was surprised as all hell for two things. We got Cardi B at the beginning of the show of night 1, and we never saw her again. Even in night 2, we just never saw Cardi B. I don't know if that means that she wasn't there the second night, like in the building, or she had something to do. But
did we need to see her?
We didn't. I personally don't need to see her ever in my life, but I know for a fact that there was people there who did. And if you're gonna promote a host, I would think that the host would have more to do than just walk out the one time and just say hello. That's weird. That and profess extreme lust for Randy Orton.
I'll tell you what, I understand what you're saying, but from my position, I prefer they do it the way that they did it because I don't need Cardi B woven in and out of my matches.
All right,
so
fair enough.
I think that she came out night 1, did a little song, did her little walk, was 100% Cardi B in the ring.
Oh.
She left later on that night. She was on the camera, and then we're done. Like I'm cool with what I got.
Cardi B may not have been on the camera a whole lot, but she played a factor throughout the whole fucking evening.
You think so?
No, I know for a fact because I'm going to tell you why. That song that they kept playing, that outside song, that song that they played like in between every match all fucking night, for whatever reason, the bass on that song was cranked all the way the fuck up. And everybody was in the seats going, holy fuck. They were like grabbing their heads. They were like, yo, that bass is crazy. They played a million songs in that building. That was the only song where it was like when somebody with a Nissan Altima comes by with the crazy speakers and you hear the that's what it sounded like. It was like, oh my God, the throbbing. Oh, the throbbing. And for the record, I did this to myself. I said to you guys I would buy one beer. I said I'm going to crave, I'm going to get the one beer, and I'm going to get the premium sausage, and I'm going to be straight. Your boy bought 4, right? So the more that I drank, the louder that bass got in the front of my fucking skull. It was So she may not have been out there, but she played a role all fucking night. It was
There
crazy.
you go. Perfect. I like it.
But she said what she had to say, and then the fans, you guys couldn't see it on camera, but the fans gave the Iggy away. As soon as Cardi was done talking, all the security guards started making their way down the staircases, so everyone got hyped. They started looking up. Steph was the first one who brought it to my attention. He goes, "Oh, I guess Jay is coming out because they're all over there. Look it up." And sure enough, we see the screen that you guys see where he's in around the people, and he's like, "Hey, please play my music, yay!" We can't hear it. We can't hear anything that he's saying. But if you've seen Jey Uso enough times, you know what the cue was.
You can hear it. You ain't hearing it, but you can hear it.
You can't hear it, but you can hear it. And as soon as he gave him that whatever, and then the whole so and the building fucking erupted. That's why I was so sad that you can't hear it. Because that building fucking went nuts. The kids, the adults. It's your me, Oos. Day one. That shit is crazy.
Like, my daughter loves doing that shit, dude. She stood up on her chair and she was doing the Jey Uso.
She was doing the Jey Uso. Hey. Yo, you know what I love about wrestling the most? When people go to events who don't watch wrestling, right? So the security team there, I can tell, are a bunch of people who don't watch wrestling. Because that was the first thing that we did, that we saw. And there was a security guard who, they look at tickets or whatever, and we're seated by the security guard, and he's watching 60,000 people with their arms. It's just me, like that. And he's looking like, what the fuck is this? Yep. I said, you're missing the boat, hombre. You're missing out. So Jay does his fucking blow up fucking entrance, but he didn't do the whole thing. And I was like, he took his time and he didn't really run. He wasn't doing a lot of hopping. Even when he got on the turnbuckle, not so much. And I thought to myself, I think this motherfucker is taking heat. I said, babe, I think this motherfucker is taking heat. He's trying to conserve his wind. Look at him. He's just, he's with it. He didn't really go hard till after the match. But, yeah. And then Roman obviously comes out. Huge fucking pop. Huge fucking pop. For all the ones. I took video of that, too. I scanned the whole audience. All ones. All ones in the air. Respect and acknowledge your tribal chief. And he comes out all oiled up with his abs abbing. Just coming out here looking like a goddamn brown Adonis. There's the two of them, the OG bloodline, tagged once again to take on Team Braun. When they came out to Bronson Reed's music, which is a lot better, I feel, than the Braun Breaker fucking music, along with Paul Heyman. And, guys, Bronson Reed with the shoes, with the sneakers, okay? Let me tell you something.
You mean the little miniature boats on his neck?
Yeah, okay. That's part of what I'm about to discuss, right? So, so in the kickoff show, I didn't see the kickoff show until I went to the building where they played, clips of it. He was calling himself the Tribal Thief, and he was wearing the shoes around his neck, calling it the Shula Fala, and he was talking wild shit. And so, Lily, our sister, was sitting next to me, and she saw the shoes. She goes, "This some big ass shoes." I said, "Cause them's the Tribal Chief's shoes, homie." But that's how you get to be Tribal Chief. Got them big stompers, baby. That's how that rolls. So they got that whole deal set up. Tag team match to start off the card. Dave, you saw this is the first match of a 2-night SummerSlam. It starts off with the Tribal Chief. Dave, I gotta ask you this question: were you surprised this was the opener?
No.
Okay. Because I was surprised. I was like, oh, my God.
No, and every time specific people come out, I used to be, until you told me the trick of the trade is if you're not first, you're last.
Oh, Steph said the same thing. She goes, it looks like he's pulling the Seth Rollins rules.
And when you're a top card player,
yep,
Jay and Roman getting in and out, hey, man, they got shit to do.
Son.
They got somewhere else to be. They got to fly out. Yep. They got to record for something, So, it didn't surprise me at all. If anything, it made a lot of sense.
Man, I was surprised. But at the same time, like you said, you set the tone. I said this in the building. I said, if I'm in the locker room right now and I'm watching Roman Reigns open SummerSlam, the bar has now been set.
Oh, yeah.
This show has to be fired now because now the boss is going to go back there and look around and like, all right, that's how you go. Now you go. Let's go. Let's figure this out. Overall, I thought this was a phenomenal match, to be honest with you.
Yeah, I thought it was really good.
21 minutes, 10 seconds. I thought this was good. We said on the live that we thought it would be tremendous for the story involving Braun Breaker and Bronson Reed to win this match. They did not win this match, and I was pretty pissed about that in the moment. I was like, oh.
In hindsight, I'm annoyed. I wasn't so much in the moment. In hindsight, I was a little annoyed by that choice.
Yeah, it bothered me. It bothered me because knowing how that show ended, you could have put a real big stock on that group as a whole.
You took a little bit of the stank out.
Yeah.
Of that ending cutting scene.
Yeah.
Because of this L. And there was no real reason for them to have to lose. So I don't know.
Yeah, I think you pointed out that we were disrespecting Jay by saying that he should be the one pinned, and then we get to Saturday and he's the one doing the pinning. But
yeah,
but at the same time, it wasn't like I wanted to job him out for no reason. I'm trying to build some stars here. I didn't feel like he was
absolutely. But to be honest with you, that would have been better in hindsight. Than what actually happened. My takeaway from this match, and I want to call it out because I saw it and damn near lost my mind. Yo, they almost fucking killed Roman, dude.
Yeah, they did. Yeah, they did. You saw the dive.
First of all,
dive into
shout
the
out to my man Roman. As big as he is, my man got some hops.
He used to do that spot all the time. Remember, as the big dog, he used to do a dive. So he's not his first time diving. But
they were not in the right position. He damn near cleared them. If they didn't grab his legs and break his fall a little bit.
Nothing. I screamed Bronson Reed. I screamed out loud, fuck you, Bronson, because you get a lot of that collision was Bronson. And he was up, but he wasn't like up enough to have Roman come down on him. He was up and made contact, but Roman was so high and so fast. He ended up getting just enough contact to roll out of it, and he literally did a bump. He took a bump on the floor, and I was just like, "What the fuck?"
That's the standout thing that I saw. That was crazy. But I'll tell you what, I couldn't tell which one it is. I think it's Bronson Reed. I want to say it was Bronson Reed. But it could very well have been Braun Baker. But, dude, I sent you a video. My daughter was losing her fucking mind, dude. She was like, whoa, he's so big and strong. She just kept fucking saying that over and over. She kept going. She kept flexing. She kept going,
had to have been Braun.
Well, yeah, right? One of them.
I'm just shooting.
I really think it was Bronson. But I couldn't tell because every time either one of them came on, she was going nuts, dude.
A fan of Team Berman.
I guess so. But yeah, this match overall, dude, it was solid. It was a 20, and this is where I'm starting to judge a lot of these matches now. Is when I come into these conversations and I check the timers on it. If I look at that and go, "Wow, it didn't really feel that long," then to me it was a good match. Because there's a couple of them on here where I felt every fucking minute.
I know.
Of how long
it's so funny because I'm looking at this now, and the two shortest matches are the matches where I kind of rolled my eyes. But there you go.
21 minutes. It did not feel that way. Yeah. I was entertained. It set the tone for what we were, what I was anticipating we were gonna get. Oh yeah. So it was definitely a damn good start.
So yeah, damn good start. I'm riding high here on the first match. I'm riding high. I'm already 2 cans in. And I'm feeling good. Roman Reigns was just out there, nice made. It's so funny because that match was over, and then the whole building got up to go pee and eat. And Steph was like, why is everyone moving all at once? I said, Steph, I'm pretty sure like 90% of this building came here to see Roman and Jay. It's over now, so they got to go handle their business. And so that ended the first match, and then it slid into the WWE Women's Tag Team Championship match with the Judgment Day defending against Charlotte Flair and Alexa Bliss. And like all matches, I enjoyed the story, I enjoyed the build, and I always record the build into the entrances. And I did that here, but we in the building didn't get to hear it. They played it on the screen, and there was no audio for the.
Dude, you're confirming to me that they were having some sort of audio issue.
There was
100%.
There was an audio issue. We couldn't hear the video in the building. It got all the way towards the end of the package, and then the audio came on, and I was like, "Oh my god, you can hear me on the video." Seriously, at the end of the package, it fucking comes on. And so, like, the package ends, and then it's Charlotte Flair's entrance. And the confirmation that I have needed for forever is finally there. They love her. They really, truly love her. That's all that it took for people to get on board with Charlotte Flair, was just to cut out the country, and I meant that in the pun that it's meant to be, and just be a friend to all of us. And she's the white meat baby face we've all needed. Dave, I'm joking, but I'm not. They cheered their asses off. She got a pop when she came out. When she did, and she didn't do her whole entrance. She got like a few feet off, and then they had Alexa Bliss come down, and they've got great fucking chemistry. Great fucking chemistry. Judgment Day came out, decent response, but everyone's. I am sold now. I said this on the live show, and being there in person just kind of solidified it. Raquel's getting over. She's getting over. These people in that building love them some Raquel Rodriguez. There were so many men, women, children. As I'm walking through the halls of the building, the concessions, there's people dressed like Raquel with the chola look and the WWE Tag Team title belt and the whole. They're cosplaying as Raquel now. So I was. Oh, by the way, for the short white lady who did the cosplay as Alexa Bliss, I love what you did, but fuck you because you worked me. For a split second, she looked so much like Alexa Bliss, down to the hair and the jacket and the outfit and the Lily doll. She did a fucking absolutely perfect cosplay to the point where she couldn't walk down the hall. Everybody wanted pictures. Everybody was talking to her. And she was short and tiny like Alexa Bliss. It was fucking amazing. For a split second, I was trying to call Steph. Yo, Alexa Bliss is up here. Then I thought about it. Wait a minute. No, she's not. She did an amazing job as a fucking cosplayer. She looked just like her, identical. So shout out to her. I didn't grab a name. I didn't talk to her or anything, but I was too busy trying to refill my alcohol level. But that was a great job on her part. Alexa Bliss, Charlotte Flair against the Judgment Day, Raquel Rodriguez, Roxanne Perez. What were your thoughts, Dave?
I love them together, man. When I saw them coming down the ramp and they're like nudging each other and like like the play between both of them was absolutely great. They were telling such a good story here towards the end when Alexa Bliss kind of hit Charlotte and everyone's like, okay, here it is. I love that they played into that. Here's the turn. This is where it ends right here, right? Yep. The disrespect. And then for it to like to go to flip and Charlotte still have her back regardless of the accident, only to fucking inevitably win the belts. When I said that if they win these belts, to me it's a confirmation that the crowd is pushing this group.
Yep.
The crowd has yet done it again. And has made triple. I believe this wholeheartedly. You can't convince me otherwise. The crowd just convinced Hunter to make another pivot. I'm not saying like it was a hard pivot, but like I don't think this was the play a few months ago. I truly just don't believe that. And these guys are absolutely fucking killing it. So to see these two with the belts means we're going to get more of it, which means they're going to tell more story. And I think and I know I'm kind of contradicting myself a little bit here, because I'm the first one to say these two people of this caliber holding this belt does nothing. This gimmick will do something for these tag team belts.
Yeah.
I truly believe that.
It's getting a lot of interest. Not to say that the Judgment Day holding them didn't do something for it, but that's the heel side. You really want to push a belt forward. You need a strong baby face.
And I hate to say this.
Uh-oh.
This was the smart move. Because when she who shall not be named comes back.
Oh, my God.
I'm not going to hold you with Raquel again. That feud is going to be fire.
Yeah. No, I actually agree with that one. Yeah, because now that Raquel is
against Elixir, like them having the moment now, and I don't know if the play is to drop the belts back to Raquel. And why am I drawing a blank on her name? I try to stall myself to remember.
Liv?
Say her name.
Liv?
Thank you. Her with Raquel and Liv. I don't know if the play is for them to get the belts back in that manner, but even if they don't do that, just the storyline between the two is gonna be absolute fire. It's literally a mirror. You have two big females, you have two tiny females barking at each other. It's gonna be great.
Oh my God, I fell in love with this match. What a great match. 13 minutes, 30 seconds. Again, to your point, didn't feel like it at all whatsoever. It felt like it went by so fast. These two matches alone, you're talking about 34 minutes of combat, and you couldn't tell. Felt like I had just still gotten there. So, an amazing tag team title match between these two. I was having a blast. I was having a ball. Now, here's the problem with going to events with me, especially when I'm drinking. I'm talking a lot about the action. Right, what's happening. Now, my wife's used to it. My sister's used to it. The problem that I tend to have sometimes is that people are sitting right in front of me and people are sitting right behind me. And they're not as enthusiastic about things that I get enthusiastic about, and I'm not as enthusiastic about the things that they are enthusiastic about. So we got caught in a weird moment because the next match, the graphic hit the screen, and it was Sami Zayn versus Karrion Kross. And without thinking, I shot out of my seat, about to say something, when the guy behind me goes, "Fuck yeah, let's go, Karrion Kross!" Right? He got hyped. He about to watch Karrion Kross. So I decided I wasn't going to say nothing. I'm just going to go. Because I had decided earlier, before the show started, that during this match, everything I drank, everything I ate, it's coming out, right? This is the moment. I think I sent you a picture of a urinal when I was just like, this is what I'm watching during this match. So I had made the decision at that point. So when I found out that match was next, I felt perfect. Third match out of 6 matches. This is the perfect time to go to the restroom, re-up on the beer, the whole shebang. So I get up, and Steph goes, "Where are you going?" And it left my mouth before I could grab it. Because it was what I was going to say that I decided not to, but then she put me on the spot. And I literally just turned to her and said, "This match is next, so I'm going to go to the bathroom and drop a cross." and then I went to go do exactly what I said I was going to do. Now, according to Wikipedia, this match was 8 minutes, 10 seconds. I want all of you to know that I left my row through the seats, up the steps, to the bathroom, took a dump, washed up, went to go get more beer, walked back to my seat, and as I'm walking to the seat, the match ends.
Perfect.
8 minutes? I did everything but file my taxes. How long did that fucking match really take? For fuck's sake. And then, what makes it hilarious is before I left, my wife goes, "While you're gone, I'm gonna do a bump count for Karrion, for Kross." I said, "Okay, flatbacks only." She goes, "Right, flatbacks only. I'm gonna count, see how many bumps he takes." Right. So I leave. I come back and she looks at me with this weird face. I said, "What?" She went, 2. He took 2. I said, this nigga is a genius, son. this motherfucker.
You ain't stamping his bum card. Fuck out of here.
This motherfucker is the greatest wrestler of all time, son. Because they're still cheering for him. And it's like, this motherfucker never falls down. It's beautiful. It's great.
Let him cook, man.
Let him cook. He's brilliant. And now I'm hearing his contract ends this Saturday. Still no new deal, so we'll see. We'll see what happens with that.
We will see.
But
We will see. The takeaway moment for this, they had me in the beginning again, like I told you. Once I start feeling like, if I can start feeling the minutes, to me, it's like, I'm not going to say it's a bad match, but like I start to like, you know. But the cool thing is they were really trying to play on the Karrion Kross and the Sami Zayn having that killer in them, that bad guy, the whatever the fuck they were trying to do. The one cool one when he's got kind of like leaned up on the ropes and the ref was on him, and then his who's it, Scarlett?
yeah,
Like Sammy was leaning on the ropes and Scarlett came up in front of him and put a weapon right in front of him, and just looked at him, and Sammy picked it up, and she's just like, "Do it." That was cool. That was like cool storytelling, because to me it was obvious, like. It was obvious she wasn't betraying Karrion Kross. She was trying to play into what they were trying to prove.
right.
And for a moment there, it was a cool moment. And then Sammy was Sammy and like overreacted, spiked the pipe on the ground in a weird way. It broke the immersion for me because Sammy was just Sammy. But that to me was the takeaway moment of the match. I thought the storytelling there was cool. I say that to say, I'm interested to see what these two can do outside of Sammy, because I'm still fatigued Sammy, and they're not letting up. They've let up on a few people that I've been tired of, and now I'm ready to go with all of them. Sammy's the only one has not fucking left. So I can't wait for Karrion to kind of get away from Sammy a little bit. Let Sammy go do his thing. And I want to see Karrion and Scarlett run these stories with someone else. And I'm interested if they make, like you said, the contract. So if they re-sign, I'm very interested to see what they can do with other people in the roster.
Well, what were the match itself? Was it solid enough though, or it was just
It's decent. It was a Sami Zayn match.
Okay, yeah.
But like, there's a reason why Sami Zayn is who he is. But I think Sami Zayn, to me, this is the best way I can explain it. The way your wife hates Cena because of the way he works,
Yeah.
I feel the same way about Sammy. I feel like his matches and it's clean, it's consistent, it's I guess good. Like it's a WWE match. He's efficient. He doesn't do anything bad. It's just so, I don't know. It's like if you've seen one, you've seen them all.
Yeah, he uses the formula.
Right, the formula, which I'm not all the way upset about. That's why I just said I'm just tired. I just need a break. And they won't fucking give me one with him. they gave me one with everyone else, dude. It's just him. So yeah, no, it was cool. It wasn't a bad match. I'm more interested in Karrion Kross, and I want to see him away from Sammy. That's it.
Okay, well, Sami Zayn, Karrion Kross, they had the blowout for their little program, whatever that was, and now we move on to the WWE Women's Championship match. Tiffany Stratton defends the title against the Queen of the Ring, Jade Cargill. And this was it. This was it. This was the moment.
All right, let me jump in here for a second.
Okay, go ahead.
I gotta call somebody out. Okay,
Oh, call
little
somebody
fucker.
out.
If you're listening, okay, my buddy apparently has been listening to a lot of the things that you've been posting. Apparently, he's been watching it because he's been on my ass about Tiffany quite some time. And after night one, he blew my phone up. Like, oh, hey, there you are. Because I guess I said something in the made it like a joke about something completely random in the group chat, and he's like, "Oh, there he is. Hey, what did he say? He said some shit like, how do you feel now?' or like, eat your words or some shit like that about Tiffany." And I was like, "What the fuck are you talking? Please Please point out where I was wrong with anything I said, and I will admit to it. And he just starts laughing. I'm like, that's what I fucking thought. You're trolling me, you fuck, and I know you are. So whatever I say here, I'm gonna fucking stand on it. If you're listening to this shit, I'm standing on it. All right, we need to proceed now. I just needed to call his ass out as an individual because he's been listening. He keeps giving me shit about this, and I know he loves Tiffany. They both do, but. And I don't all the way hate her. I just don't think she should be where she is right now. I digress.
Well, the issue for this match, I don't feel was Tiff. Not completely. So, remember I texted you and I was like, oh, Tiff's got the boo-boo face?
Yeah, you really thought she was going to drop it.
Yeah, and Steph was the one that pointed it out to me. I was fiddling with the blue moon. She was like, look at her face. She's got the boo-boo face. And I'm looking at it. I was like, yeah, she certainly does. But then Jade had her entrance. She wasn't exactly boo-boo face, but at the same time, she didn't look happy neither. None of these individuals looked very happy to be on SummerSlam at this exact moment. It felt, I got the vibe from this match like it was two individuals that really just didn't want to fucking be there. So I don't know what the issue is or if there was even an issue at all, but I got bad vibes from this fucking match. This match happened, and when I say that, I don't mean like it was bad or it was good. I mean literally, it just felt like it happened. They had
shortest match of the night.
Yeah, shortest match of the night. Not a lot happened here. I don't feel like they did any of the strengths. Like Jade didn't really use a lot of the power. She actually bumped for most of this. Tiff didn't really show the athleticism. A lot of her moves got cut off by Jade. And then there's that weird wonky finish where what was that supposed to be? Was that a reverse code red or something? I don't know what the fuck it was. Then she hits her with the fucking moonsault. 1, 2, 3. Jade's been pinned. If I'm not mistaken, it's her first clean one-on-one pinfall loss in WWE, which now explains the chatter online. There's a lot of people talking that was a symbol of the change in perception of Jade. I said at the live show that I felt like there was a plan in place for her, and that they were just hoping that along the way she would progress far enough to fit the role they were looking to put her in. And I had stated on Wednesday that here we go, here is the point where she's supposed to be at a certain place and to be ready for that next role, and I don't really feel like she was. And now we get to Saturday, and I don't want to say that I was validated, but at the same time, if they felt like she was ready to go, they would have pulled the trigger. And they didn't. So I don't know.
But you don't believe she's ready to go. I don't believe she's ready to go.
Yeah, but me thinking that doesn't affect the decision. Someone in that room also doesn't feel like she's ready to go. Because that whole stage was set, primed, and ready for a title change in her direction. The Queen of the Ring tournament, the build with Naomi, the dominant wins they've given her. They've pushed her pretty spectacularly leading into this, and we had both discussed, both before the live and on the live, that of the two, the one who had no momentum going into this was Tiffany. Coming off of the Trish win, which
I don't think she has momentum coming out of it.
That's what. Yes. So, having said that, if they felt, despite everything that we just said about Tiffany, they still felt like she was the better option of the two.
I agree.
So that's telling me that either they've lost complete faith or they don't think she's ready yet, still, after all this time.
If you're asking me, I'm keeping the belt on Tiffany. I'm going to run Jade with whatever program we have for her. And I'm putting Tiffany in a sink or swim situation. And I want to put her with an Asuka or with somebody who knows how to go and knows how to do it and knows how to run a match, and put her in a situation where she has to follow the calls and see if she delivers. And if she doesn't, she needs to fucking drop it. I'm just at that point. To be honest with you, this and the Intercontinental title match should be flipped. Now I know you don't all the way hate that. I know you don't all the way agree with that because you're not not a fan of Valkyria, which is fine. I could see her taking an L in that situation. But what they're playing storyline wise there says to me more women's championship storyline than this. This would do justice as an intercontinental title match. So I don't understand why we're doing this at this level. This level of development doesn't need to happen here. You have other people you can put in this situation. And I'm not saying Valkyria is that person. I'm saying the other people involved with that feud makes more sense here than what we're watching here. To me, it just felt like no chemistry. There was no leader in the ring. And if you're telling me that Tiffany, did the best she could because she's the leader, I'm not buying that. I've seen people wrestle with someone so low below their league and still make it a good match. This was hard to watch. It just was. I don't really see who the leader is here or who's calling the match, but I just don't think either one of these two should be in this situation right now. It's too early.
I saw Tiffy calling the match, and I don't know if that's the situation she should have been in at this point. But we've been saying that for a minute.
I'm being facetious when I say no one was calling. I know Tiff was running this match, but that's part of my point.
But see, the reason why I say it like that is the position Tiffany currently in actually her fault?
Yes, it's always your fault. Any person
is it though?
Is in a situation where you're the champion. Yes, it will. You can find reasons why it is your fault for things not happening the way they should be. Yes. And I firmly believe that for any champion, not just her.
Right, but, I mean, she hasn't had look at the title defenses, right? Nia Jax, Trish Stratus. There's not a long list of people that were able to give her that main event level training. She's not going against Charlotte. She's not going against Alexa.
Well, didn't she? Didn't she wrestle Charlotte?
She did, but that was the one time, what was it, the WrestleMania build where they booked that to be the personal issue as opposed to just the two athletes going. They didn't give Tiffany to Charlotte the way that they gave Rhea Ripley to Charlotte.
We're on here saying that her feud with Charlotte in whatever time frame they gave her, she got exposed.
Yeah. That's what I just said. That they didn't give Tiffany to Charlotte the way they gave Rhea to Charlotte. They protected Rhea. They left Tiffany out to dry. Oh, they hung her out to dry. What are the other?
My main point here, I'm not saying, let me just be clear. I don't think Tiffany is bad. I'm saying she's not fucking ready. And she is gonna be the classic story of someone going too fast to the top and then landing mid-card and staying there for the rest of her career. We've seen this many times before.
All right. Tiffany Stratton, Jade Cargill for the WWE Women's Championship. We'll see what's next on the palette for both of them. I guess we'll find out Friday. They're on SmackDown. I am going to be curious as fuck to see where either of them go from here. You gotta feed them. You gotta feed both of these people to somebody. We'll see. Now that Charlotte and Alexa are the tag team champs, that takes them off the table. So I'm curious. We'll see. Our next matchup, for some reason in my brain, I keep wanting to call it a mixed tag, but it's not. It legitimately is 4 grown men in the match. It just didn't feel like it is all. Drew McIntyre.
It didn't feel like 4 grown men.
No, okay, so before everyone takes my words as disrespect, I actually have a ton of respect for the way that Jelly Roll performed. He told he told a story. He took clean bumps. He didn't shy away from taking splashes or, you know what I'm saying? Like, he didn't punk out. He did it for real. You know what I'm saying? He did it for real. And because of that, I got mad respect for this dude. But
I do.
But if I never see another Jelly Roll match in my life, I will be A-okay. I saw Snooki do an awesome job one time. I never saw it again, and that's perfect. Right where it is. 1-0, baby. Hall of Fame career. Going out undefeated. In this particular case, Jelly Roll, that was another thing. Jelly Roll took the pin. How many celebrities would be like, yeah, no, we got to protect Randy. I'll take the loss. That's pretty crazy.
I mean, listen, I agree. Ditto to everything you just said. I agree completely. Unfortunately for me, our last few celebrity appearances we've had have been absolute fucking rock stars.
Yeah.
So in the comparison of how those happen in this one, this was so bad. It was so bad. But to be fair, Jelly Roll, I think he did a very, very good job. I mean, I'm not saying he was playing into being green, because I think he truly just was out of place in green, and that's the whole point of it. But like, for instance, when they're doing their entrance and Jelly Roll's sitting on the other side of the ropes just staring at Orton, waiting for him to do the arm thing, like, it just takes me out of it. But I know it's supposed to be fun and silly, so I don't want to criticize him too hard. I think he did, like you said, he took some clean bumps. He tried his best to tell a story, walking out. He's done. He got hurt, and he turned around. It's like, no, I got to go back in. And he goes back in. So he did his best. He did his best. In comparison, although I probably shouldn't do it, for the other celebrities we've had come in recently, did such a good job. Bad Bunny being the best. That's a gold standard for me.
Jesus.
But this was good. This was good. I think it did exactly what I think. If you're someone, like you said, the people there that don't watch wrestling but know who Jelly Roll is, I would imagine this was very fun to watch.
Yeah, especially if you were one of those individuals that just came with your boyfriend or came with your girlfriend, and you know who
Jelly Roll is.
And you know who Jelly Roll is.
So good.
He's doing so good. When he did the angle where he had to be helped, like to his feet, and they're doing they're doing the walking thing, and Lily goes, "Oh man, is he gonna be out?" I said, "Sweetie, no, this is wrestling. He's gonna get right to the ramp. He's gonna see Randy's in trouble. He's gonna turn around. He's gonna muscle up. He's gonna get his ass in there and get his ass beat up." And sure enough, he ain't no pump bitch. He got in there. It took a few more spots, took a few more bumps. Another thing that I'll give him credit for, he didn't forget anything, and that's incredible. That's incredible.
He was in his spots.
A lot of celebrities.
A little too obviously, but yes, he was in his spots.
I'd rather that for a celebrity. I would rather that. I would rather him.
He was in his spots. I'll tell you what. This whole match would have been a 10 out of 10 for me if he did for a second there what I thought he was gonna do. And I think it was after the slam. I forget what it was. I know he had just came back into the ring, and he was doing his thing, and he did a slam, and he got up real gas, and he reached for his neck. I thought he was gonna rip his fucking shirt. If he would have ripped his shirt and went like just skin, I would have been like, okay, he fully committed. Because he was talking about, I don't know when he said he was gonna do it, but he was talking about having a shirtless reveal. I thought he was gonna do it here when he like ripped his shirt off in the ring. That would have been cool. That would have been pretty cool for him to do that, but he didn't. So I was like, all right, this show's whack. Thought he was gonna full commit in front of 60. Dude, I don't want to take my shirt off at the beach. You think I'm doing that shit in front of 60,000 people?
Deadass.
Fuck out of here. Oh, dude, I would have had so much respect for him.
You know what's a bop without me even thinking about it? It was my first time hearing it live, but when we were in the building, that Logan Paul song is so humble. Yo, we was crying in the seats. Humble. Yo, that music was still playing when we went to go get food. Like, we wanted to get more food. We went to go, and that song was still playing, and we were online. And I don't know. I was drunk by that point, and I was like, you know what his problem is? Perhaps he's too humble. Maybe that's what it is. Maybe that's what his issue is. Perhaps he's too humble. He's humble, boy. He's humble. Not a lot of there's a lot of step up moments for Jelly Roll, a lot of moments for Logan Paul. Randy had his spots. Not a lot of Drew McIntyre here. And I gotta ask the question: are we still in that holding pattern?
Oh.
Are we still in a position where
I don't think now's the time to have that talk. He had a long flight. Like, this is not. He was delayed. He was late for work. Dude probably just hit the fucking building and had to walk out there.
You know, they did a video. I doubt that it's actually the true story, but they did a video where Drew was getting mad because the Miz was trying to take his spot in the match. And he was like, "Oh, but don't worry about it. I'm here now." And it was like Logan Paul was there. And Drew was like, "Yeah, Logan sent the private jet to come get me." It's like, oh, is that how you skirted customs? You went through a fucking private plane section so that you can get out of the fucking country? There's no extradition for them here. For fuck's sake.
What a friend.
I know. He said, "What? Drew's not coming? Send the jet.
Send the
send the jet, baby."
Sheesh.
It is now main event time for night one. And oh boy, do I have a story for y'all. It is CM Punk taking on the world's heavyweight champion, Gunther, in the main event of night one. My good buddy, he's been on the show before. His name is Alex Polgreen. He texted me. He was texting me throughout the show, kind of like you were for a little bit. And he was texting me, and he said, "Hey, quick question. Is this your first time seeing Punk live since his return?" And I had asked Steph, I said, "Is this the first time?" And it turns out, after some discussion, not only is this the first time, but ironically enough, the last time we saw Punk live was in that building at WrestleMania 29 against The Undertaker. It's the last time we've ever seen him live. So, full fucking circle for us. That was 2013, and when we saw him again in 2025. And he should have been in the main event of that WrestleMania, but he wasn't. He was in the main event of this SummerSlam, however, for the world title. Now, before I say anything about my story, I'd like to hear your thoughts on this match. It's a world title match, CM Punk, Gunther. You can even get into the ending if you want to. But what were your thoughts on this as a match? Because this one was 30 minutes, longest match on the card, and as good as I thought it was, I felt this match. This was 30 minutes.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I felt this one. And this is two of my favorite wrestlers in the world. And this one for me was dragging ass a little bit. This one, I don't know.
Yeah, I would agree. I wasn't shocked to see 30 minutes. There were a few moments where I'm like, okay, I think we can, we're dragging it a little bit, but it wasn't that bad. For a 30-minute match, it wasn't that bad, as far as like that feeling. But no, man, as I'm watching this and I'm watching these two guys go, for one with Punk, I just remember, we're almost 2 years ago, right? No, yeah. Almost 2 years ago where we were having that conversation. And I'm like, man, I don't really know the big deal about Punk. And like, I started growing on me. And I see it. The guy can work. He's doing, especially at his age right now, he works very well. And Gunther is the main one that I think about, is what I said during the live show about how it just makes me it kind of makes me sad of like Gunther's time and his run right now is being, it just is what it is. He's being overshadowed by the storylines at the moment. So he's doing the works right now to quite a few people because of the moment. But it just sucks because every time you see this guy in the fucking ring, it's just like, if there's anybody that should be on one of those Roman Reigns runs right now, it's Gunther. His mic work, he always has me laughing when he's on the microphone.
Yeah, he's
always.
good. He's good.
His ring work, I'm always at the edge of my seat watching
tops.
his fight.
He might be the best wrestler in the world.
Dude,
second
to me right now, pound for pound, like in the ring entertainment, he is probably not number one. Like,
Oh,
not by a long shot, but he's definitely my number one worker in the ring.
He's probably my number 2. I'm still giving the nod to Chad Gable.
Fair. That's fair. I'm not gonna. I cannot argue with that. But, and I'll even probably have those two in the same area when it comes to mic work. But I give Gunther the one up.
The edge. Okay.
Like his mic work is just, but he's just so well rounded. Perfect package. That classic wrestling gear, attire in the ring, like just something very classic about him. And it like I said, he should be on that Roman Reigns run right now, but there's just so many things happening that's bigger than him that is kind of overshadowing. So that's the one thing that I kind of like thought a lot as I enjoyed this match. And for me, 5 stars on that finish, man. I love the way Gunther sold that go to sleep. When he got hit with the first one, that dude was at the perfect angle where I really thought he was going to fall, and he just never did. He just spit out of his mouth. He's fighting to stay up. The cut, that cut was. It started there. The cut was so well sold by him. It almost as if it's almost like he felt exposed for the first time. The way he sold it was like, I'm bleeding. Like no one. I don't bleed. Like he made it look like almost like he felt like he was weak there for a second.
Yeah, which a lot of people criticized. They thought, well, Gunther's the kind of wrestler. Why would he feel vulnerable bleeding? They expected him to fire up and get aggressive, not cower.
What? No.
Yeah.
It's like, what's that shit? You don't make me bleed my own blood.
Yeah.
Like it was that. It's like it's like for a moment he realized his armor was dented.
Yeah.
Like it was, I don't know, the way he sold that shit was just he completely forgot he was fighting Punk there for a minute, and he was so hyper focused on the fact that he was bleeding.
Right.
The way he sold it was absolutely beautiful.
I give
to go into the go to sleep.
Yeah.
And the way he sold that shit, and then the last go to sleep, I love the way he sold that too, because he hit his feet like he was trying to stay up again and just dropped straight down. The selling was so fucking good at the very. It was just good. That ending was amazing. I don't think I've experienced, me personally, an ending like that in a little bit.
I gave people the comparison when I started arguing about the way that he sold the blood. I was like, for anybody who has seen Rocky IV, you know that was a brilliant sell, because it was the same thing. Drago was this unbeatable, uncuttable, unbelievable individual, and then Rocky hit him, and he panicked when he saw the blood, and then his corner was like, "You see, he's not a machine. He's a man. he's a man. We can knock his bitch ass." I'm editing, of course, the ending to that. But yes, I love the way that he sold that. Now, Jesus Christ, this is going to bring all the PTSD back to me right now. Okay, so this is our 3rd time in this building, and we don't drive to MetLife because it's impossible to get out of there. Impossible. So what we do is we drive to Midtown. I have a few spots picked out where I know I can get some parking, and it's really close to the Garden. And we ended up parking like literally on the block of the Garden, and we hopped on a train. I've told this story on previous episodes before. One of the earlier episodes, what was it, episode 30-something, the Raucous and Secaucus. That was one of my favorite episodes because it documented our journey to MetLife for the first time for WrestleMania 29. And I had made mention that Secaucus stunk that day. And then we went for 35, and I was trying to see. No stink. And for the record, folks, this weekend, no stink. They fixed everything. This place is wonderful now. So we did that again. We took the trains in. So because we have to take a train back into the city, it's always a mad rush to get to the train. So in order to beat the rush, we'll watch most of the match. And then I always tell Steph, that first false finish, that one where you think it's over, 1, 2, and then they kick out, we'll start walking to the escalator because you could still see the match from the escalator. So we did that the first time when it was Rock Cena. It worked out great. We got to see the end of the match, and then we went down by then we beat the entire rush, so we're not even running. We're just walking down the escalator out to the train, and the moment we put our butts into that train, you could see the horde and see if people were running toward the train. Second time at MetLife, we did that again. This time it was 35, so it was Becky, Sasha, and Ronda Rousey. We got to see Becky Two Belts win the championship. We watched it by the escalator. Same escalator, by the way, through 2 times in a row. And we went down the escalator, caught the train. So the third time, this weekend, we found out that our seats, once again, and I'm not planning this, it's by that same fucking escalator, nearby. So I was like, all right, this is great. We'll watch Punk Gunther. As soon as the Falsey hits, we'll go by the escalator, right? This time, I got a little nervous because I wasn't the only one with the escalator idea this time. There were other people watching. So I was like, all right, cool. So Punk and Gunther, they have that big false finish with the bomb, and the blood shortly came after. I said, okay, escalator. We went to the escalator. Punk hits the exact finish that you just described. 1, 2, 3. Punk is the world's champion. So we hop on the escalator and we start bouncing. We start leaving. Right? We get to about the gate to where the stadium is because we noticed that the train area is gated, but the bus area is not. And I don't like the bus. I take the train. So I'm start walking over to security people asking about the train. It's like, we're trying to get on this train. And he goes, well, we're not letting anybody on the train just yet. We're going to wait for the crowd to form here. And when we get enough people, we'll put them on the train and send the train out. He goes, but if you're trying to leave now, you could take the bus. And I said, well, I'm not really feeling the bus. So I'm talking to this guard trying to get on this fucking train. When while I'm talking to this guy, we hear, burn it down! And I stopped talking. And the dude's staring at me because I was like mid-sentence. And my face dropped. And Steph goes, let's run back inside. And the guard by the gate said, So I'm outside the building while Seth is doing all that stuff that you guys saw on the show. And I wasn't the only one that left. There was a few people that left. And we can't get back in to see it. So I popped on the Peacock app real quick to catch what was happening, what we're missing. And the Peacock app is behind, I gotta say, like 20, 30 seconds. It's behind. So what I'm hearing live, I'm not seeing it. I'm noticing that there's a lag there. So I see Seth beating Punk with the briefcase on the phone, but then the building goes bananas. Huge building shaking like pop. And I hear the and I was like, no fucking way. And then the phone catches up, and it was a cash-in, and the championship is now around Seth Rollins' waist. And I looked at the security guard, and I said, which way is the bus? And I just got on the fucking bus. Now, I wasn't the only one on the bus. And I had the phone on, mad loud. And I get on the bus. And everyone's listening to my phone as I walk by them. And they go, is that Rollins' music? And then Steph goes, yeah, he just cashed in. And the whole bus went, what? That's right, folks. We're all a bunch of losers.
This is the short bus today, boy.
Today this is the doofus bus.
If you ain't never been on the short bus, you on one today,
Everybody
boy.
on, because no one thought to put their phones on. I'm the only one with my phone on, and the whole bus just went, are you fucking serious? Did all of us just miss the cash in? And we went, yeah. Yeah, we all missed
rush
the
out,
fucking
see?
cash. Now, but here's the thing. Here's the thing, though. I don't necessarily regret not getting on that train.
After the shame subsides, yeah, at least I'm almost home.
Yeah, we got home fast as fuck. I left that last match and everything ended like around 9:30, 9:45. We got home maybe like within an hour. And I'm talking about from MetLife to I'm parking the car by my house. Like, it was not that bad of a travel day. But yeah, missing out on that cash-in was a fucking terrible fucking feeling. Terrible fucking feeling. But I will toss to you and say that when we were on the live, I had said, and I'll say this proudly, that while you made a tremendous case for why you were kind of at least hoping that it would be a work, the leg injury, I was not sold that it was a work because of the history. His leg up until this point had never been a work.
That was the play,
it had always been a shoot. And then the way that you broke down how the dynamic of that group really works, and there's really no sense in having it if it doesn't have that presence and da-da-da-da. And I'll give you a Steph comment, which was hilarious, because on the bus we were talking about it, we died laughing. During the opening match between Roman and Jay against the Bron Brons, Heyman came out with the Money in the Bank briefcase. And she goes, why the fuck is he out here with the Money in the Bank briefcase with no Seth Rollins around? He's not going to be around for a while. Why is he even holding it out here? And then on the bus, a lightning bolt hit her in the head, and she went, that was a fucking Easter egg.
That was foreshadowing.
That was an Easter egg. There was no reason for him to have it out there at that exact moment. But now how the night ended, that was his way of telling people, oh, this is going to be important. I got to have this with me tonight. And then the whole thing went down. The work part aside, in your opinion, was this the right choice?
Absolutely.
To end this show?
100%.
Cool.
You are never... Listen, that dude, if there's any human in this world has earned my respect in this fucking business, Seth Rollins can do no wrong. That man has a first class ticket in my fandom. Like, there's no way. When I heard that music hit, I didn't even scream. I just said, yes.
Yes. I think you texted me and said, back where it belongs.
Back where it fucking belongs, man. That man should have never had to drop that fucking belt. And if the story was for him to drop that belt, it didn't go down the way it should have been. Yet, even when all that was happening with his busted up fucking leg, he finished the play all the way down to the very fucking end. And everyone in that building and every wrestler in that fucking ring looked at that man in the face and said, you somehow weren't even the big part of this whole storyline, yet became the fucking MVP of it. And that dude, and to see that happen, and I know the Punk story was supposed to happen with him, and all that stuff went down. Punk getting hurt, him getting hurt, Cody Rhodes taking over the universe, Rock getting pushed to the side, which that's something notable within itself. All that shit happening. But for Seth, through his eyes, it didn't go the way that it should have. So hopefully, knock on wood, he stays healthy and they run the play they were supposed to run. And now we have I don't want any third wheels, please, because we had a third wheel when they were going back and forth with each other, and I think that was to kind of soften the blow between the two because they were both still kind of recovering. But I feel like at this point they're at a position where they can run the play that they were supposed to run with these two, and we're going to get it from the perspective that we should have had it 2 years ago.
Roughly,
right?
Yeah, right about.
So I'm hoping this goes to Mania.
Whew. Got a long ways to go. Long road to hoe.
Yeah, it'll feel long.
To get back to Vegas.
We'll see what happens. But this is, regardless of where it lands, This is the play that was supposed to happen, and I think Punk wants it, and I also think Seth wants this. So let's see these two come together and do the work that everyone is hoping that they can do together. Keep the third wheels out of the way, please. I want it to just be these two, not a three-way bullshit we kept getting.
And the rivalry on the biggest stage.
Yes.
Also,
I'm so excited for this.
I would like to also do a little bit of a boo boo to all of you out there that really thought that Punk's ego was going to eat himself up in WWE. For him to agree to have that moment and then have it literally immediately squashed a few seconds later, for the sake of a storyline that, as you just said, which is very true, they both really, really wanted to do. There's your growth right there, folks. There's someone saying, yeah, I think this is bigger than me. In that specific situation, because this doesn't work with Punk being the champion. This works with Seth being the champion.
I said it before, and I'll say it again. All he really wanted was some PTO, some healthcare.
That's all he wanted.
That's all. Look, I will play ball. He was just angry, guys. He was fucking hangry, and he had a boo-boo in his knee or wherever the fuck it was, and he couldn't get any help, and he was really sad and depressed. He's happy now. I'll do the work. Let's work. I don't care.
He's on that Brock Lesnar schedule.
Get some snacks, lay down, get some sleeps. It's going to be great. We're having a good time here.
He's on that Brock Lesnar schedule right now. He's not even
as it should be,
which is good. Yeah, it preserves him.
With all due respect, he looks very brittle. He works.
He does,
but he looks brittle. Yeah. Like you can see the age on his body.
Yeah, he's. I don't know how much.
And AJ ain't too far behind him either. I ain't gonna hold you.
Styles.
Yeah.
Well, at least he's already planning his exit. But
he's cooking though. He's like always. He's cooking, but for some reason, when I see the two, I relate that to them both. Right, like I see the age on them. You can just see it.
Well, that completed night one. That takes us to night two, and night two opened up with the triple threat women's match: Rhea Ripley, Io Sky, and Naomi, who apparently got played to the ring by her dad. I didn't know that he was world-renowned.
Fire.
Yeah, this world-renowned.
And now I had my TV on 90, bro. I wanted to hear this so bad, and it makes sense why it felt so flat. Because I think they were, again, audio thing. I mean, this was night two. You would think it'd be fixed. Maybe it was my TV. I'll take the blame. I guess.
No, but I didn't hear much either.
It didn't give me the bump that I was kind of hoping for, but boy, do I that was fire. That I say what you want about Naomi. This is like some of her best music she's had. I love this shit.
Well, you just said say what you want about Naomi, so I will. I actually didn't hate her here, but again, this falls into the category that you mentioned a while ago. Are we in the Rhea Ripley vortex? Is this one of those situations where, under normal circumstances, outside of that vortex, she's not much to write home about, but in this particular match, you know, she was in a Rhea Ripley Io Sky sandwich, and it worked out. This was a hell of an opening match.
Listen, I'll tell you what, it don't matter what kind of meat you put between those buns.
Oh my God.
That's a good ass sandwich.
Man, you came up with that shit just a few seconds ago. It was like, this is going to rock, baby.
No, that shit was right off the top. That was fresh. Listen, you could tell in this match that they were very deliberate about what they're doing in this match. You can see the play. And that was put Naomi in front of each person individually to have this match is push Naomi.
Yep.
That's 100% what it felt like, to the point where when they were going back and forth and Rhea I believe it was Rhea who knocked her out of the ring and Io slid in or came in and both looked at each other. It was like, okay, now that's out the way. The crowd lost it, right? It almost as if like we just started a whole different match. not to say that Naomi wasn't doing bad, but because of that, when Naomi was isolated, it really felt like, okay, we're putting the spotlight on you. We're doing things to make you look good. We're driving this new character that you're developing. So again, this isn't a bad thing, but it just kind of felt a little obvious. And when Rhea and Io were going, people just were losing their minds as if it was just those two.
Yeah.
The last thing I'll say about this, I really like that move that she does where she bounces off the rope and does a backflip. When she did that shit with Io, I don't know, something about Io sitting up there and she just did the move while she was sitting at the top row. That was fire.
Split-legged moonsault while Io was on
that was
the fucking
fire.
top rope.
The way she did that, she pulled it off very well and just looked clean. That one particular moment stood out for me. I really like that. I think the match went well. But again, it was very obvious. This is all hands on deck on pushing this this gimmick we're doing right now.
Which sucks because Rhea Ripley somehow has found the cheat code that Batista used to have, where he used to get unlimited title matches just over and over and over. He was either the champion or he competed as a challenger like 17,000 times. Rhea is running out of opportunities here before it starts to become, okay, all right, listen. You keep getting these chances. You keep coming up short. And then they brought it up on the show. I don't know if it was the positioning of it, but they had mentioned on the show that the next PLE for WWE is Clash in Paris, but in October, they're doing Crown Jewel in Australia. So if there was ever an opportunity for Rhea Ripley to defeat Io Sky, it looks like it might happen in her home country of Australia, which geographically, that's not too far from Japan, right? Just throwing that out there. You know, the flights have got to be a little bit more affordable over there.
Definitely closer, I think, from there to there than from here to there.
Yeah, exactly. They're on the other side of the goddamn planet. So, just some food for thought. But this was dope. This was good. It would have been better without Naomi, but since she's in there and that's the direction they're going with, then it is what
get
it is.
used to it. I'll tell you what. I know a lot of people don't really care for Naomi. I don't all the way dislike her. But I'd rather you force her down my throat than some of the other people that they've been forcing, like Nia and stuff like that. So that's where I stand.
Yeah, somebody brought it to my attention. They said, "Oh, you're not so fond of Liv and you're not so fond of Naomi, and they're kicking ass." I was like, "Well, that's because their success is not dependent about how I feel about them. I'm not sitting here."
I mean, that's a weird take.
That's a weird take. Yeah, it's like
just because I dislike someone doesn't mean they're not doing good at their job.
Well, not that they're doing good at their job, but there's an appeal that goes for everyone, right? There's always someone for someone, right? I wasn't a huge fan of Kofi Kingston when he won the title. Remember, I sat here on this show, I called it a Lifetime Achievement Award. That doesn't mean that he doesn't have millions of fucking fans around the globe. Right. That's part of the process. I know for you people out there that are critical for the sake of being critical, I almost don't mind your criticism if you're doing it under the realization that it actually doesn't matter that you criticize. Right. You're sharing an opinion, but you have no actual power or force in the situation. If I was booking a show and they offered me a Liv Morgan for the show to compete, I would book Liv Morgan. Not because
she has star power.
Exactly.
I don't want to fucking say it.
It doesn't matter that I don't like her particular style of what she does. The fact of the matter is that if she can get 1,000 people to my show based on what she does, I'm going with Liv Morgan. Same thing with Naomi. I don't like Naomi at all. You know, I'll tell you this: Lyra Valkyria.
You know what's even now that we're on the topic? I'll tell you what. Mark my words, when Liv comes back, you're going to witness one of the biggest female return pops in WWE history.
Bing, bing,
they
bing,
are
bing,
going
bing.
to lose. That injury is going to be the best thing that ever happened to Liv Morgan.
Yeah, because it gave people a break on her.
At a peak, she was cooking.
Yeah, and she got to take a break right on top, so it leaves you wanting more.
Mark, they better do this on a pay-per-view or PLE or something, dude. Her pop when she comes back, is going to shake the fucking building.
Yeah, it
Mark
is.
my words, dude.
Yeah, my wife gave up on that, by the way. She goes, I'm not calling them PLEs. Fuck that. They're pay-per-views. I'm over it. I can't.
I don't
can't
know. I've been
reprogram.
watching videos and stuff, and I'm like, oh, come on. Like, if we're gonna do this and like really try to do something here, I want to talk the lingo. So I'm trying to train myself to say PLE.
Me too, but it's annoying her because she's just like, I'm not doing it.
I get it. Listen, it annoys me.
This next one will be brief. It's the 6-pack TLC match for the WWE Tag Team Championship. It's the Wyatt Six, Dexter Lumis, and Joe Gacy defending against Andrade and Rey Fenix, DIY, Fraxium, the Motor City Machine Guns, and the Street Profits.
I really hope us talking about this is shorter than how long it took you just to say who the fuck was in the match.
Yeah, it did. I like the idea that the Hardys and the Dudleys were there, and I like the fact that
was cute.
They had made mention of the first TLC match at SummerSlam being at SummerSlam 2000, 25 years ago. I didn't need that. I didn't need that reminder. I felt like that was a personal shot at me, but it is what it is. Time does go by, and it has been 25 years. I love the fact that they also promoted that the Hardys and the Dudleys will have one last final battle at Bound for Glory at the TNA pay-per-view in October. Well, that was a nice little
Hardy's knees, dude.
Well, you say that. They look jacked right now, actually, which is so fucking funny. The hard part I have is I think Jeff was the one they were celebrating. Was it a year and a half, maybe 2 years of sobriety for Jeff Hardy? So go Jeffrey. Good job.
Jeffrey.
He's off the sauce.
Boy,
So
jumping
that's
off that ladder at fucking 50 years old.
Did you see Slammiversary yet?
No, I don't, and I'm mad because I thought I was coming with the hot link, and my buddy was. Usually I bring that stuff to them, but I literally haven't been at my computer for like fucking 3 weeks. So when I sat down Sunday, because I watched Sunday night with them, he was like, "Oh, I got TNA Plus so I can watch it." I said, "Damn, I got the link, man." He's like, "Nope, already saw it." I said, "Fuck." I mean, they're still gonna watch it with me anyway because they just watch wrestling. But I was psyched to watch it like at the same time. But they already know what's happening.
Get back to me about the Hardys when you watch that match.
I'm going to watch it. Yeah.
Okay. But anyway, we're back to the 6-pack challenge here, and yeah, I know.
No. I just want. Let me get my shit off real quick because it's short and sweet. One biggest takeaway for me was there was a moment when I was watching it, and there was nothing happening. I was literally sat there on the mic, and I'm like, isn't there like 15 people in this match? They're like, yeah. And I'm like, why is nothing happening? They're just standing in the. Why are they standing in the ring taunting? Where are all the other double-digit people? Where are they? Now, in hindsight, they were all setting up stuff around the ring, which was absolutely stupid for a payout that because you did nothing earlier, it means nothing to me. But can you, and this is where I'm going to hand it off to you because I'm done, because I was absolutely fucking tilted and completely fucking confused, and I could hear you in my head while I was watching it, pretending to ask you the question on the pod to explain this to me. So I feel like I've already lived this. But I'm going to ask you this question.
Okay.
Why the fuck were people who weren't even in the fucking match climbing up to grab the belts?
Okay. I was going to bring that up. Okay. So there is precedent for this. This has happened in the past in WWE. Hornswoggle.
A female?
Lita.
In a male tag team match?
There's been males that did it. There's been women that did it. There's been midgets that did it.
Oh, shit. Okay, well, I guess I'm out of pocket.
So, no, but here's the thing, and I don't blame you for wondering that, and I don't, because I heard a lot of it online. How is she even able to legally go? All right, I get it. I'm not even mad about it, because I don't blame anybody for asking. I don't blame or throw any shade toward anybody asking that question or being curious about that, because it's never been fucking explained on modern television. It was, however, explained in many, many TLC matches and many, many ladder matches ago when many women have tried to climb that ladder, and the deal is this. This is how this works in this particular match. In this particular match, there are 12 individuals. Okay? There are 12 individuals, and there's 2 title belts. The match comes to an end when somebody climbs the ladder and removes both belts. Now, that has to be one of the 12. So in this particular case, had Candice grabbed the belts, would that have ended the match? No. Match is still on. What matters at this point is who she gives the belts to. She now becomes the new apparatus that's holding the belts. So I know that the idea on paper is, well, that's Johnny's wife. Johnny's the one that sent her up there. Hey, go get us the belts. If Candice comes down with the belts and hands them to Johnny, the match is over. DIY wins. But based on the rules, if she was to be a bitch about it and hand those belts, I don't know, to fucking Nathan Frazier, then Axiom would be the tag team champions. It's not about her grabbing the belts. It's who in the match gets their hands on the belt first, which would be whoever.
I tell you what, that'd have been the wrong time before then to have a spouse argument. You never fucking dishes, you dirty. Oh yeah, I got your dishes, motherfucker.
yeah. Congrats to these motherfuckers over here.
Yeah.
Now, here's another stipulation to this that I want to throw out there for people to understand. Let's say there is no third-party individual reaching for the belts, right? What happens if one person grabs one belt and another person grabs another belt, right, from like another team, right? So let's say Johnny...
Right, I know, but didn't they unify the way they take the belts off now?
Yeah, they took the whole thing off, right. There's a whole, like, gold-plated thing that they take off the hook so they can take both belts off at the same time. But, again, there's precedent for all of this. This is the problem. This is why I hate multi-man ladder matches, because I've seen them all, and I'm over it. There's a situation where it happened with a singles belt and a tag belt. For the singles belt, when I saw this situation unfold, one guy went to grab the belt, the other guy grabbed the belt, and the next thing we knew, the belt came off the apparatus, but they were both holding the belt at the same exact time. So they struggled. They were like playing like a tug of war with the belt, and all of a sudden the referee just grabbed the belt from them, and the two guys started fighting, and they put the belt back. Because it has to be one individual to grab the belt, can't be two. So we've seen the belt fall down, and the match still didn't end. Same thing with 2 belts. If Johnny grabs one belt and Montez Ford grabs the other belt, there's nothing stopping one from beating the shit out of the other and grabbing the other belt and retaining the championships. Or they could fight and drop both belts, and the referees can put them back up. It has to end the way that it has to end. One individual, at the very least, has to have both belts in their hand. Period. We don't care how we get there. That's why people can get creative with that. I've seen Maurice climb up there and try to win. I've seen Hornswoggle go up there and try to win. I've seen Lita try to go up there and win a ladder match for people. I've seen Terry Runnels try to climb a ladder and win for people. I've seen it 1,000. Rhino. I've seen Rhino. I've seen other dudes, like part of the stable, go up there and try to grab the belt for their guys. And it's happened before. The problem is that it's happened so long ago, and they don't update people on the rules anymore. Before, when they used to have big matches, TLC, Hell in a Cell, casket match, whatever the fuck, they used to have a graphic where they would go over the rules. And the only one they do that for now, I feel like, is the Royal Rumble. That's the only one they still do it for, where they put the graphic up. 2 men start, and every 60 seconds another man enters. They put all that stuff down. They don't do it for the other matches anymore, and it sucks because people get lost. And we've spent more time talking about the actual type of match than what happened in the match. Folks, go on Peacock and check it out. It was a mess. It was all over the fucking place. All kinds of shit happened. That's kind of what these things are at this point. The MVP for me is Tommaso Ciampa. His core strength is amazing. That boy.
Oh, that was phenomenal.
That boy is
That was
fit.
absolutely fire.
That boy is fit.
That
boy is
was insane.
He's in shape. So
We were sitting there and watching it, and my wife the whole time's killing it. She's like, "This is fucking sucks."
Yeah.
She goes, "Why am I watching this? I could do something else. This is terrible." And then that happened. Like first, he's up there, and they take the belt. She's like, "Whoa!" And then he's holding himself. She's like, "I'm not gonna lie, that's really hard to do." Hold yourself up like that. And then when he dove and he went straight up, she goes, "Okay, that was one of the greatest things I've ever seen. Like in the past nights. Like that was amazing." I was like, dude, my man's core strength is absolutely fucking
Top tier.
phenomenal. That
Top
was
tier.
insane.
Top tier core strength. But yeah.
Lastly though, if I want to give the shout out. I don't know this is a turnaround, but for this person specifically, I popped for this. When Candace took the drop
Oh boy.
on the ladder,
Uh-huh.
I'm not saying it's full redemption, but she's chumped out on a few big spots before. So the fact that she took it, I said, okay,
Okay.
I'll give you that one.
Okay.
You can see in her face all the way down, like, I can't believe I agreed to this.
Yeah. But here we go.
She took it. She didn't chump out like she did. What was that? The double, what do you call that? With the double Hell in a Cell where they have the two rings together?
Oh, War Games.
That battle that they have?
War Games, where she bitched out on those EO spots.
Yes. Like she's had a couple. She has a couple. So the fact that she did it, I wanted to make. I just listen when I see credit. When credit is due, I'd like to give it. She took the ball, and boy, did she look like she fucking regretted it. But she took it. So I just wanted to put that out there. That's all.
She's got the guts.
Yeah. I don't know if this is a redemption tour for her, but it's a good start.
Yeah, so we're moving on from the 6-pack challenge. By the way, the Wyatt 6 retained, so there goes that. And now we're off.
Yeah, that's another conversation for another day.
Yeah, we're gonna save that conversation.
That's so weird.
That's ridiculous. No disqualification, no count out, last chance match for the WWE Women's Intercontinental Championship match. Becky Lynch versus Lyra Valkyria. And this whole match.
The match full of lies? Is that what that's?
The match full of lies.
Full of lies. They broke my immersion.
This whole match, my wife was riding my ass. Riding my ass. Because of the hate that I have for Lyra. You're such a hater. And every time Lyra did something, she was just like, look, like the zip tie moonsault. You know, she did like a fucking moonsault with no hands. And she did all these cool little spots. And she's like, I ain't going to say that she's not good. Look at all that shit she's doing. That's hard to do. You can't do a moonsault with your hands. I said, man, I never once complained about her in ring. It's like the only thing I do compliment her on. She's a good in ring worker. Nice and tight. Everything looks good. She knows all the moves, takes all the bumps. I got no issue with her as a wrestler at all whatsoever. It's the before and it's the after. Once she's in the ring, she's home, man. She's doing her thing. But all that stuff before and all that stuff after, no fucking good. This performance didn't change anything about how I felt about her because this is exactly how I felt about her. This match, of the 3 matches, this is what I teased earlier about saying, like, there's one match that snuck up on me. Of the 3, this was the best of the 3, I thought. But it was also the blow-off with the gimmicks. And for the record, by the time this match came on, this was following a TLC match. Technically speaking, they didn't use anything in the triple threat match to start the show, but technically speaking, that's also a no DQ match. It's a triple threat match. They didn't use any toys, but they're technically no DQ. And this 6-pack challenge. So now here they come. 12 guys just destroyed themselves with all that furniture, and now here comes 2 women by themselves who combined don't equal the weight of a grown adult man. Just swinging shit at each other. The kendo stick to Lyra's gut that flew into the audience, and the The tool, Michael Cole, with quite possibly the dumbest fucking thing I've ever heard anyone say. I always wondered what was inside those tool boxes. Spoiler alert, Michael, it's tools. I don't know if you needed to Google
That was another thing too, dude. Did you see the way she swung that wrench?
She wasn't trying to. Yeah, that wrench looked
What
like
do you
it
mean
was,
she wasn't trying? Dude, she swung it like she was trying to kill her.
Yeah, and she didn't bump at all for it. She was swinging.
It's not even just that. It's like the
foam-
moment she did that, I'm like, yeah, now it's obvious that wrench is styrofoam.
Yeah, styrofoam or regular foam or whatever the fuck. That
Bro,
was not a
there's
real
no
wrench.
way you're swinging that was one of those big motherfuckers too. There's no way you're swinging that the way you would have killed her in the middle of the ring, like actual murder.
Yeah. You would have ruptured something fucking swinging that shit the way that you swung it.
Dude, I said...
And it wasn't like a wrench that you find like at the dollar store. That shit looked like an oil rig wrench. It was like 3 feet in length. It was like a baseball bat.
You know what? This match is kind of fucked up because I don't know if Lyra has kids, but Becky's had hers, and she's beating the shit out of Lyra's abdomen this entire time.
She's fucking up her and future generations of her.
Holy shit.
But that's fine because...
The zip tie coming loose, putting her hand back in was the craziest shit.
But that's okay. I don't think Lyra's fiance could impregnate her with a baster. I think they're going to be fine. I don't think it's an issue.
I don't know. I don't know too much about that man's nuts, so I'm more worried about that bullshit zip tie. That's what I'm worried about.
Yeah.
That shit where it popped out, she put her hand back in it, and she was trying to hold herself into the zip tie that she went under the ring. Fixed it, but fixed it too good. Then came out, and when she was supposed to pop the zip tie with the fire extinguisher, it wouldn't pop. So she had to go back under the ring to cut it and come back out. I was like, bro, you should have just let the zip tie go. I told him, I was like, listen, if they planned a fire end spot with that zip tie, then I will let it slide. But the fact that she just eventually cut it off, I was like, dude, you should have let that shit go.
Just let it go, bro.
Just fucking let it go.
There was
no need.
I wouldn't have known. Just go. Or at the very least, just start getting into the spots, bro. Just start getting into the spots and going forward with everything you got planned. And that's it. I don't need to see these two touch ever a fucking again. And as a side note, as much as I'm talking shit about both of them, because I feel like I'm being fair and I'm talking shit about both of them, Becky won. So where does that put Lyra? If the idea is, okay, we're going to get behind Lyra, we're going to, we're supporting her, we're going with her, she's the next individual. Okay, well, she's out of the picture now. That was a last chance match. All that shit she just did, she's not getting...
Tiffany and Lyra?
They're on 2 separate shows.
Oh, well, that championship side, they're pushing her up. Only because you hate her so much. That's the only reason why I say she's going to get pushed up. She's going all the way.
She's going all the way.
All the way.
Oh, boy. Yeah, there was a title change there. I don't really give much of a shit about...
And aren't they doing a draft soon?
Oh, fuck. Yes.
Yeah, so I'm not all the way wrong on that call.
On Lyra and Tiff?
There's still a possibility.
Could be. Or Lyra and Julia, if you want to keep her in the mid-card. If you want to...
I would keep her in the mid-card. I would.
Yeah, so there you go.
But I like her work. I like what she's been doing. I'm a Lyra fan. I kind of low-key like the fact that she got rid of the wings.
Listen, when she came out with no wings, Steph goes, I wonder what kind of wings she's going to come out with tonight. And she came out with no, and she went, oh, you must like that. She says, you must like that. Oh, no wings. I was like, yeah. I think
it was cool. I think, I don't know. I think it still works. I think the woo is still embedded in the crowd where she doesn't need the wings to do it.
Oh, God. They were doing that shit on Saturday. But Steph was right. I couldn't tell the difference if they were doing the bird thing or if they were still doing Flair. With the woo. Whatever.
Can't tell the difference.
Can't tell the difference. It's almost like spam. Our next contest here, the steel cage match for the WWE United States Championship. Solo Sikoa, Jacob Fatu with the fire entrance. That werewolf mask was fire. I like the way that looked. That was dope. And he was still doing the juke and jive, baby. He was still with the boogeyman shit, son. He was still getting it in. I fucking love it. I love fucking Jacob Fatu.
So I need your consensus here.
Okay.
Because you raised the question, and we during the live, and we all kind of answered, and I think if I remember correctly, we were all around the same boat where, no, not so much. They're running a story like Solo's, like they're building. Solo's cooking. I think we're in a phase that like he's developing and stuff. But I need your consensus from this match. This match, in my opinion, and maybe you see it differently, this shit was flat. I was expecting more out of this. If you agree, or at least can see where I'm coming from, is it from Solo's side or Jacob? Who here was flat?
Of the two, I always lean more towards Solo being the flat one, but I'm unsure. I just don't think these two guys have chemistry. I think this is their second match together, and I can't really put a finger on a time where they had like this blowout match moment. I
but that last one was decent though. This shit felt. Oh my! When it was done, I'm just like, holy. Remember we were talking about feeling every minute?
Yeah.
I felt every minute of this shit.
And it dragged.
It's a shame.
Too.
I love Jacob, and I don't want my bias to show, but I don't all the way believe it's Jacob.
And you're sure you don't want your bias to show?
I'm just saying, I don't know, man. I don't know. I need to see them separate again. Like, I know they've been working together. I just want to see them like working separately. I feel like I have so much hopes for Solo, but he just sometimes it just kind of seems like his gimmick is like very neutral. Like there's nothing like big about him. I don't know. It's hard to explain. It's just something. It just feels like there's something missing.
Something missing with the match, not these two.
With his whole gimmick. With Solo, him.
Fair enough. Okay. You might actually be on something.
It just feels like something's missing.
Well, I think that we're trying to. I say hide. That's a bad way of describing it, but that glow up that we talked about, as far as Solo felt flat before the U.S. title.
Yes.
And I feel like they gave him that to see if they could freshen something up or give him something to use in his matches or whatever. I don't really feel like it's helped all that much, to be honest. But it's
honestly, the moment Jacob showed up, I feel like Jacob has been slowly stealing the spotlight. And when they took the belt off of him, the tag team belt off him, put it on the other guy, just so that he kind of was like low-key not attached to it. And then he was the one that kind of went separate. It just felt like when Jacob got there, the whatever gas that Solo had just kind of slowly started shifting into Jacob. Why do you keep saying
because you've got me thinking, because if I go back to before Jacob got here.
Just envision you like rubbing your really long mustache.
First of all, that's racist. That's racist. Let's not go.
Was that a Fu Manchu? Is that what they call it?
Yeah, the long.
How do you do that? I'm like, why the fuck is he doing that?
That's the sound that wisdom makes. That's why.
Yeah, exactly. Right. That's exactly what it sounds
like. Before Jacob got there, Jacob had a bunch of issues outside of the WWE that prevented him from coming into the WWE. We documented that a while ago, where we talked about how ironic that it was that that he had this record, and because of that he couldn't get in. but all of a sudden now he's in, and the record is a big part of his promotional push and how he overcame this and how he overcame that. And he had this badass look to him, and there was a lot of people who had the conversation that when they brought in Solo to be, quote-unquote, the enforcer of the bloodline, that was what they were trying to mimic with him. And then when they got the real deal in Jacob, it's almost like they abandoned the tough guy, street champ, enforcer thing altogether, and then he just became another dude on the roster with the goofy laugh and the and you made mention, was it you or somebody on the live had said that like his personality is showing a little bit more? No, I'm not entirely sure people are invested in the in whatever personality that really is. Yeah, they're giggling at it. Yeah, they're laughing at it. I don't know if they see it as a formidable character. I don't know if I'm explaining that right, but he doesn't have that vibe he did when he was just quiet and thumbing motherfuckers in the neck.
Well, it's just a hard pivot, and it makes me kind of feel a little bad because you ran this program for so long in the bloodline, building that up, only for them to come up to you and say, okay, Solo, you stop doing that. Jacob, you're that now. Solo, figure it out. Like, it literally just, that's how it felt. Like, give me your gimmick. This is your gimmick now. You're the tough guy because you're a tough guy. And then you try to be funny. Like, let's try something different. And it almost feels like that. Like, it almost goes from, like, when he was doing his bloodline thing, went from, there's like a weird moment somewhere in that bloodline where he was the enforcer still, and then at some point started like being weird, like embodying the thing that he said was wrong when Roman lost and stuff like that. And he was taking L's, but it was like, I love you guys. And it just got so fucking weird. It's like, you were just killer not too long ago, and now you seem like a completely different person. And I just feel like he hasn't really found that next step.
Yeah, it's almost like he's just kind of floating in place.
Yeah, it feels like
he's not really losing the steam, but he's also not really seemingly going anywhere. So I don't know. And I don't think this MFT thing really helps either. Not for nothing, but it is what it is, man. Not much that we can do about it. We move on to the Intercontinental Championship match, which is a good thing here because I've got some picadillos here. The Intercontinental Championship on the line, Dominic Mysterio against AJ Styles, and we had said on the pod, on the live, that Dom has come such a long way that it's amazing that we can sit here and say that at one point we didn't realize how good he could be, and then on the next one, we said there's no chance he loses to AJ Styles. So we get to SummerSlam, excuse me. We get to SummerSlam, and they're doing the whole deal where Dom's coming out, and they make mention of the custody match, the ladder match years ago. And Dom wears colors very reminiscent of the gear that Ray wore in that exact ladder match. And then AJ Styles comes out with the lowrider and the Eddie Guerrero just like look, I guess you could say.
The taunting and everything.
Yeah. What the fuck was that? I was actually, not for nothing, a little upset. I was a little pissed. Because I was just like, what the fuck is what is the placating to the Eddie Guerrero thing on both sides, to be honest with you. I get Dom doing it, family friend and all that, close, like an uncle to him. But he's not the only one. I've seen Montez Ford do it. Now I'm seeing AJ Styles do it. I've seen was it Ivy Nile do it with the Three Amigos with the shimmy and the whole shebang. A lot of Eddie love recently. And it made me think, because Eddie died in 2005, This November would be 20 years since Eddie passed. And still the most over personality on the show. And I was like, wow, how about that? That's crazy. And then the match happened, and the match, AJ was the veteran. He led Dominic through the match, and Dom looked good. Or at least I thought he looked good. And
I thought it looked great.
They had a match. I mean,
they had my favorite spot in the whole fucking show.
Oh, the chair
the
thing.
The chair spot. Yeah. That shit had me crying, dude.
Old school Eddie Guerrero.
It was so good. It was just, I don't know. That's my favorite spot in the whole fucking. Shit was funny.
It was.
Like, he didn't know who to call it on. And I love how it's like he's sitting there in the middle and he's like, "Wait, what happened? Like, did you hit him? Did you hit him?" At some point, he's just like, "All right, fuck it, like whatever, like wash, right?" And they both just stand up and start fighting. It's like the timing of it was so good, man. I fucking love that.
They pointed to each other. You hit me. No, you hit me. You hit me.
And he's looking at at that one point. The wrestler's like, all right, fuck it. Like, it's a wash. Like, who cares? Like, let's go. And then they both just stand up. AJ takes the chair off, throws it, and then he just like, no one's hurt. They just start fighting each other. It was amazing, dude. I loved it.
Well done.
That was the best spot out of this whole thing, dude.
Well done.
That shit was good.
Well done. Well, the outcome was exactly what we had thought it was going to be, and it was Dominic retaining. They have big plans for him. We'll see how much longer he can pull off the Intercontinental title and see where that takes him. But a lot of pride, I guess, can be said about Dominic's rise. The boy is looking good and looking strong. He went in there with a veteran like AJ Styles and looked good, and he's in the main event of Triple Mania. He's taking on Vikingo for the Mega Championship, I think, this week. So we'll see. There might be some gold around the way. If WWE has taught me anything after dominating all of TNA, AAA, you're next. They already took AAA's tag team titles, and they're about to put the Mega Championship on Dominic Mysterio. So I hope Dom can live up to the hype, because Vikingo is no joke.
Hey, man, he's working right now, so...
That boy is no joke. So that takes us to the main event, folks. I was just gonna read it as it was. Can I stop for just a second? This match is for the WWE Undisputed Championship. Is that still a thing that we can say? There's another world title on the fucking show. When they first unified it, I got it, but they made another one. That title belt is now very much disputed.
The belt is still, in theory, still unified.
Right, for the Universal title.
Right. No, the undisputed title is the you're referring to, that was unified for when Roman had it.
Right. Yes, when Roman had
put it together, and then they created a new belt. So this is still a fusion of belts. So technically, there's 3 belts. It's just 2 in 1.
Just call it the fucking WWE Championship, dude.
Undisputed.
That's all you. No, it's very much disputed.
Here's the thing.
I'm literally disputing it with you right now.
That's what I'm gonna say. Deadass was just like, here's the problem. You can say all you want, but it's undisputable.
It's undisputable.
It doesn't matter. It's undisputed. You can't argue it. It is what it is. Deal with it.
Them's the rules.
That's it. That's how it works. Cry all you want. You can't dispute it.
Well, we're going to move past this disruption in the dispute, but we will talk about the fact that it's Cody Rhodes challenging for the WWE Championship against John Cena, and it's not your regular average John Cena. It's the John Cena. For those of you who saw SmackDown, you got a chance to see it. Apparently, the heel run has come to an end. And
I'm glad that you said it the way that you said it.
Yeah, apparently it just ended just like that on a promo that felt a little on the shoot side. But they basically explained it. They said, I was listening to the rhetoric from some people who were supposed to be here with me, and they not here. So fuck it, man. Fuck it. I don't want to be a heel no more. So you want me at your best? I'm a best. Yeah, I'll give you my best. If you want some, come get some, and the whole shebang. And he cut this tremendous. What I didn't understand about the promo was this is going to sound stupid, but it's the truth. I didn't understand the beer. I didn't get it. I don't understand. What was the deal with getting the beer and celebrating with a toast? Isn't that like Stone Cold Steve Austin type shit? Like, what was the symbolism of the beer? I didn't get it. But maybe I'm just reading into shit. I don't know. But they sealed the deal with a can or two, a beverage, a libation, as Cody Rhodes would call it. And then they go all the way to WrestleMania. No real personal issue. Just, hey, who's the man, right? Who is the individuals that will come out on top? And we had no motorcycles this time. Although I do like the new Iron Man version of the helmet. It does look way cooler. That Iron Man version he's got. And then we got babyface John Cena entrance, which was dope. I'm not going to lie. I felt that one. I felt it.
It was taken away. I felt like they just threw away all that hard work that they did.
For the heel thing, right? Yeah.
Yeah, it just made no fucking sense. Like, it was anticlimactic, dude. Like, it literally just, like, I see the thing, and then it flips to the color literally explodes out of the screen, and he comes out, and he's doing the whole thing, and I'm sitting there, and I'm watching, and I'm like, I know I missed a few things. When the fuck did he just go back to being nice? And, like, everyone just forgot he was calling everybody a piece of shit like 2 days ago. You know what I mean? And
yeah,
they're like, yeah. And my buddy's like, yeah, he did a promo on SmackDown or something like that. He's like, yeah, I guess he's done doing that now. And I'm like, what the fuck? Like,
well,
what are we doing? We could have just had this the whole time. What was the point of that?
You know what it is? It was like for people who say, well, yeah, we lost the time or the thing is that a lot of the people didn't want to boo him. So they were just like, when he finally came around, they were like, yeah, okay, yeah, see, you're coming around now. I don't know what all that bullshit was. Let's get back on target. This match, by the way, was 37 minutes and 45 seconds. The absolute longest match on either card, the other main event being 30, so close. This, in my opinion, now that we know and we're about to discuss how this match truly ended, this might be the best match we're going to get from him moving forward. And probably the best match he's had since his return. Having said that, that farewell he got at the end of the match fits perfectly because this, if we were ever going to see peak John Cena ever again, this was as close as we were ever going to get. This to me was the epitome of, I may not be the man that I once was, but for one night I could be the best man I could possibly be, and this was it. They broke out every move in the fucking book. I think he hit like 8 attitude adjustments, and Cody hit like 17 fucking crossroads.
Oh, since we're talking about movesets, can we talk about that fucking ass cutter off the top rope into the table?
Yeah, no, some of those
that shit was trash. I don't know if this man will ever hear my words, but if you do, please stop doing that move. It makes your entire arsenal shit. Stop it.
It's the one flashy move he's got besides the kick.
It's bad. Just infinitely do the one where you bump on your back and you poke him in the chin or something shit like that. Like do that one.
Oh, the bump punch where he like takes a bump.
Yeah,
and he
I
gets
like
his
that
with
one
the-
fire. I like that one. Stop the cutter shit.
What about
No
Beautiful
one does it
Disaster?
for you, bro. You don't. You look back when you do it. You jump off wherever the hell weird. It literally looked like he just threw himself through a table.
You know why I agree with you. He should stop. Aside from the things that you just said, we got a guy coming up at NXT who does it way better. In Javon Evans,
Way fucking better.
that boy bouncy.
That boy is indeed bouncy.
It is indeed
I just hate that
factual.
move.
for
I
him to be
really
bouncy.
hate that move for him. Yeah, like if he could just like do like a DDT instead, like switch it out for like a special DDT or something, and we're good. Like his arsenal is perfectly fine. I just hate that fucking move. Sorry, I sidetracked you, but when you started talking about like them going back, that shit popped up in my head, and I wanted to vent about it.
That's okay. That's fine. That's what we're doing here. We're talking about the match, both the positive and the negative, and that's exactly falling into that category right there. There was a couple. I kind of half and half on the Cody elevator AA thing when John had Cody up for the AA, but he's coming up the elevator that Cody comes up in, so he's got that spotlight on him, and
Yeah,
it was kind of a cool visual. But I find it hard to believe that Cody's just gonna fucking lay there forever as he slowly rises from the fucking stage. I'm like, is he out cold? Because if that's the case, just pin his ass, bro. It's done. It's over. But it is
I
what it
tell you
is.
what, you should have just slow punched them all the way to the ring instead of having the fucking fireman carry his ass for like 2 miles. That was crazy. You saw he threw him on the mat when he threw him into the ring. You heard him go, ugh.
That
His
was
fucking legs were burning, dude.
that motherfucker
Fuck
sounded like
leg day this week, baby. We got that working just right now.
Sounded like a husband who just got finished doing what his wife asked him to do. He just
yeah, exactly.
He just over it. No.
I heard the I'm too old for this shit when in that grunt.
There you go. Thoughts on the title change itself? Cody beating John Cena for the title. The belt is back on Cody Rhodes. The QB
Because
has
he
the ball
went-
back.
Because he went face. I don't care.
Yeah, he beat babyface John Cena for the WWE. He couldn't
Yeah,
top.
I don't care. I was excited for the championship. Never seen 17. Go fuck yourself. And then he just decided on a whim. You know what? I'm done. I wanna come out and be exciting again.
He
So
pulled
drop the belt.
he pulled a Ross. He pivot. He pivot. He just pivot.
It's just a shame. Like I'm not gonna throw the whole run in the trash, but it's just a shame the way they could have done that so much better. I don't understand what the
That should have been a slower thing. They went right to the just. You know what? Fuck it.
unless we got a phone call and this decision was made because of what happened at the end. And they wanted him to be face for that.
Yeah, that's what I'm hearing.
That's the
what I'm
only
hearing, yeah.
thing I'm willing to buy is that this wasn't the call. We don't want the ending to be for the belts, so let's give it back to Cody and have our face Cena with
Yeah,
our man who made a return.
That's what I'm hearing. I'm hearing that that's exactly what happened, and I'm also hearing the reason why the promo was so sudden is because of the fact that he was just recently cleared to come back. So it wasn't like they planned on him coming back at some point. This is something that just kind of fell in their lap. And the person that we're talking about, folks, is after John Cena loses to Cody Rhodes, and Cody does his little salute to the old man and gives him one last crossroads, beats him 1-2-3, wins the championship. They have their little moment. Cody leaves the ring to give what they refer to as the greatest of all time to ring to say his goodbyes. And then Lesnar's music hits. It was almost like an African-American champion was standing in the ring. It was just bad timing, wrong place for someone to be. Here comes Cowboy Brock Lesnar with the full head of hair, bro. That boy is gruffed. He is rough, tough, and gruffed all the way around, and he starts walking to the ring, and I don't give a fuck what your thoughts are on Brock Lesnar. That building shook. The cameras shook. The pop was
There were audio issues by the end of the night.
Yeah, and the place went absolutely nuts. Lesnar walks all the way around the ring, takes off the stuff, gets in the ring, ducks the clothesline, F5 on John Cena, sets the tone for what's to come, and Lesnar takes his leave, and John Cena gets one more chance to say goodbye on the walkthrough. That's how the show goes off the air. But Cena Lesnar is in the near future, and we've got to talk about the return of Brock Lesnar. We read Janelle Grant's lawsuit on this show and his part in it. And I don't remember the specifics. I'll bring it. I'll look into it again. I've been busy since the pay-per-view happened. But whatever it was that he was a part of, and whatever it was he was named in the suit for being a part of, WWE's legal team cleared him on coming back. I don't know if that is a sign about this lawsuit. I don't know if that is an issue that is going to come back to bite them seriously on the ass.
No, if I remember correctly, they were playing it safe with him. But if I remember correctly, his only real involvement was, I think he was supposed to have something to do with her, but it never happened. Yeah, I think they made connection at one point, but I don't think anything, like even the verbiage maybe in a text message, was anything substantial at all.
Yeah,
I think they never got to that point.
Vince McMahon was sending Brock pictures of her, both nude and pissing, and that was the big takeaway. It was piss pics. Remember, he's into pee. And,
right, but if he was receiving pictures, that's different from him actually interacting with the girl.
Correct, yes.
So I don't think he never really got, not to say that he wouldn't have, but I don't think he ever got to that point, which is why it may not be shocking to me that I think they were just playing it safe. And now they cleared him.
I think it was a perception thing at that point, but I'm gonna pull the files again, and I'm gonna look it over again to get the specifics. But I do believe that was the brunt of his exposure to the situation. But Janelle Grant's legal team apparently had a response for Brock Lesnar's return to television. And this is an exact quote. It says, for far too long, abuse was allowed to thrive under WWE's leadership. Instead of righting this wrong, WWE has done nothing to ensure those responsible are held accountable. This attempt to sweep misconduct under the rug will backfire. We look forward to the full set of facts, including those about Mr. Lesnar, coming out in a court of law where they belong. But in the meantime, we refer you back to Janelle Grant's updated complaint, which outlines in detail what she endured by McMahon and others while employed at WWE. So they still feel confident that they're going to do something with the Lesnar name, but WWE's lawyers feel confident they ain't got shit. Somebody's overplaying their hand here. Somebody's in the wrong. They can't.
I think they're just playing a leverage game and playing a fear game to hopes to get some type of settlement out of it. But if I have more faith in the WWE legal team than in Janelle Grant's legal team.
Well, to be fair, this is a new team for WWE. This is a new team for them. The usual team, which was ran by, I forgot the original guy's fucking name, but the guy who was with Jeremy McDevitt. There it is. He was the one who was Vince McMahon's lawyer for fucking forever. And so he's got a new team now, but I can assure you, if he's got a new team, he's done his due diligence on, I said Jeremy, excuse me, it's Jerry McDevitt. Vince McMahon would never hire a lawyer named Jeremy. That's hilarious. No, it's Jerry. And so this new team, I'm sure, has been vetted up and down. And they cleared him. So I don't know.
He's clean, boy.
That doesn't.
He's clean.
Yeah, they've gotten the piss right off of him. He's good to go, and he's got John Cena at some point coming up in the very, very near future. And if they can keep this momentum going, there's a Gunther Lesnar match in our future as well, boys. Get ready.
Do you think this is Cena's last feud?
No. I don't even think it's going to be a feud. I think they get one match out of this. They might be. I don't know if it's going to happen in Paris. It could very well happen in Australia. I see that being a very big draw for that show. It's not going to be Survivor Series. They're not going to hold off that long. So it's going to be one of those pay-per-views, either Paris or it's going to be Crown Jewel. I could see Cena being a big part of Survivor Series in some way. I wouldn't put it past John to involve himself in the War Games just to say that he did, because he's never been in one. Plus, it'd be another main event. So that would be good. And then he's got his big December match, and that is all to be said for that. That'd be it. Right now on his schedule, the December show is listed as a TBA. They're not sure where they're going to use him, but that is where the retirement match is supposed to happen. So we'll see. We'll see how that goes. So that is SummerSlam weekend, night 1, night 2. I did promise at the beginning of this, just really quickly, I got a few of those TikTok comments up. It won't take very long to go through. They're just comments, but I just wanted to spread the wealth and get back to the people who have been supporting the show. Dave, you want to hear a few of these comments from some of these TikTokers who are coming in?
I don't fly, dude.
Let me see. I think I'm gonna let me pause this real quick because I want to turn the volume up. So I'm gonna play. Should I play some of the audio here? Okay, so this is. I'm not gonna play the audio. We'll be here all day if I do that. So the first set of comments comes to one of the GTA videos that we had put up. Over it at this point. It was like,
I
hit it by accident. But wait,
no,
that's
not how that works. No.
Okay, yeah, I remember that clip now. So I basically had asked you that because GTA 6 is taking so long to come out, does that really hurt the business? Are people just kind of off of it? And you were like, no, it's not a whole thing. Actually, what was the exact?
Usually, the longer someone has to wait, the more. And the craziest shit is, I would be happy if it was a pleasant surprise, but people are rightfully so assuming this game to be the most expensive video game.
Oh boy. So we had some opinions here. Plasma Thunderbird says, I'm over it. This is going to be the most expensive middle-of-the-road game ever.
I don't know about that, but okay.
TikTok.
Fair enough.
The username TikTok bans Black Voices.
Jesus.
That's a deep cut, but that's what
you
it's called.
You know where you stand. I know what hill you die on.
Yeah, that's a direct shot against the platform right there. He made that shit his username. That's not even avoidable. He said they want crazy money. They milked GTA because of online. I'm good. Take-Two is greedy, and we've always known this. But they really just scrapped so much single-player content just to keep selling shark cards. Fuck him at this point. What's a shark card? What the fuck is he talking about?
It's like an in-game currency or some shit.
Oh, okay. Monster Taster said unpopular.
Hey, yo.
That's his name.
Yo, what is that, bro? You changed that shit. You know what? Nah, commit, bro. You good? Taste some monsters.
He's literally his default picture was his feet, so he's standing 10 toes down on this name right now.
See, I like that energy. I like that shit.
He says unpopular opinion. It won't matter how good GTA 6 will be able to. What is it? Unpopular opinion. It won't matter how good GTA 6 will be able to live up to the hype. It won't matter how good. It won't. I think he meant to say that it won't live up to the hype.
It won't live up to the hype?
Yeah, I think that's what he's trying to say. No matter how good it is, it won't live up to the hype. I guess he's just saying that the hype's been going for so long that even if the game is good, it just is going to fall short.
Let's just say that if it flops, I'd be surprised.
Okay.
I'd be surprised.
Ozzy Guru Johnson says, all of my friends, including me, were excited about it years ago. Now none of us are going to even buy it.
Well, because you all have jobs and possibly kids now, so you don't think that. But just wait till one of your friends buy it. And they get to talking. Oh, this shit kind of good. And then you're like, all right, fuck it, dude. Let's go. That's how it happens. You just need one asshole. You need one asshole in the group. If two does it, you're all buying it, dude.
Oh.
You're all buying it.
So I got a video here. We talked about Dominic Mysterio's vast improvement. This was following Backlash. Sean Dog here says, he just needs a push in some direction. Almost all of the WWE talent is in a weird spot. The Tribal Chief thing was the last good idea they had, and that wasn't even that good. People just ate it up because that's all there was. I'm going to go ahead and disagree with you, dog. I love the Tribal Chief thing, and it wasn't the only thing going. It was the best thing going. If you didn't like the other things, that's fine. That doesn't make it good. I mean, that doesn't make it not good. It just makes it things that you didn't like. But I did agree with the first part. It just needs a push in some direction. This was back in April when we posted this. It looks like they're pushing him in some direction at this point.
Yeah.
So
I don't think his point across the board for both of them were all the way right or wrong. But I agree. I mean, we've been screaming that for quite some time now. He needed to sink or swim, and in that moment, that time when he said it, I don't think he's all the way disconnected from that. But at the moment, looks like he's swimming. So let's see if he just keeps going. They got a plan for him at this point.
Yeah.
There's no mystery about that.
They got a plan for him. Then we played this lovely clip that I can't hear for some reason.
The champion? Yeah, I can't hear them either.
I've
So.
seen EO matches.
Oh, you can't hear him either. Okay, so I was all right. So forget it then. But this is the one that I posted that you weren't much of an EO Sky guy.
Oh, you're gonna get okay. I'm gonna get killed for
matches.
this. You and that little thing you got going over there is fucking framing me to be an asshole here. Let's see what they say.
It said, Storm Dragon says, I like her as a champion better than Rhea. That's all he really wrote. Stabby McTaco, which is a pretty dope username.
That is a pretty dope username.
Some people, the same people that pushed her to win the title, are now saying they can't wait to lose. Fickle. That wasn't a shot against you though, because that's not.
No, I mean I wasn't taking it that way. I stand on my shit.
Grayson says. Grayson says, bottom one take. Wow. He said that with his chest.
That's fair.
He said that.
I mean, if you like her mic work, that's fine.
Judging by his picture, it looks like he's got a lot of hentai somewhere in his house. All right, let me see.
He checks out.
Yeah, he knows his shit. So, eating burgers to avoid steak judgment.
Hell, dude. That is facts. We actually talked about that.
We did, and there's got several
eating burgers to avoid steak.
And
First of all, that's a long ass username. I didn't think they'd let you have that many characters.
That's not a
But that's
username.
an
That was the
awesome
name.
fucking name.
That was the description of the video. It wasn't a username.
Oh, I thought that was a fucking user. I lost my mind for that.
No, I was telling you that's what we labeled it. We talked about.
Oh, okay. I was about to say, damn, that was topical.
Yeah, it was like we struck a
I was like,
chord.
that's a lot of fucking characters.
Yeah, we struck a chord with this guy. This guy felt what we were talking about. But it was the clip of you stating that you'd rather eat the burger to avoid the judgment of the steak.
Right. Okay, we're back on board,
Cameron is the user who commented. He wrote, "Why do people care so much about how other people eat their food and make them feel uncomfortable, even if it's unintentional? There should be no reason for someone not to want to eat something they love because they don't want a stranger to judge them." Preach, Cameron. He's talking to the choir right now. I love it. I mean, we're still not going to do it, but
listen, all that sounds awesome, and I'm with you, but I'm also avoidant. and the hardest part for me, and I've learned growing up, is that I don't have the energy to prove to you that you're wrong, so I just take the L now. You see what I'm saying?
Yes.
I'm just going to eat the burger. That's it. Not eating the fucking steak. I don't even do it in front of my wife because she fucking judges me, and I don't want to hear it. I can't walk away from her. So
we had a clip where we talked about this was fresh after WrestleMania, that Rhea Ripley versus Bianca Belair is quote, too big a match to not have happen. That's what we had said at WrestleMania. We thought we were headed down that path for Evolution, ended up not being that due to the injury.
Where were we wrong?
Yeah, well, no, we're not entirely wrong. That's still a dope match on the horizon, but we did underestimate the power of Rhea Ripley versus Io Sky. And we had a few comments on this one. Damian Alexander says, Io and Asuka easily would be the better matchup. Someone else, Sky Squirrel 587 agrees. He said Io and Asuka definitely better with the flame emojis. A user by the name of Pickle says Io Sky, Liv Morgan, and Stephanie Vakir are all better than Bianca. Better in ring for sure. Liv has a better mic game, and the other two on my list, but Bianca ain't there no more. I guess he moved Bianca down a couple notches.
Oh my god! There was so many wrong statements. No, okay.
He's got EO above
There's so
Bianca.
many statements in there that I aside from my pure bias for Bianca, I wholeheartedly disagree with a lot of those fucking comments.
I think the only one in that conversation, I mean, EO Sky right now is hot right now. Liv Morgan was on the rise. Stephanie Vakir or Vakir, whatever. Obviously, the in-ring's there. No mic skills at all whatsoever. Not yet. Developing. Bianca is just she's a 5-tool player, bro. I don't know. This is collectively. Colleen, CEO of the Block Party, that's a dope name, says thank you to us for the Rhea and the Bianca conversation. And Sebastian Alonso just wrote cap. That's it. That's all he wrote. He just wrote cap.
Wait, to reply
as a reply to us saying that Rhea and Bianca is like this big tremendous match.
Did he reply to the last person's comment?
No, that was just to us. It just wrote cap.
Oh, okay.
I guess one of the would you rather questions that we did about have to clean an entire 18-wheeler truck with your tongue or not be able to shower or bathe for an entire year. Buzz Unalivington, which is an awesome name, recorded down that he would like to not shower for a year. He doesn't want to do the engine thing at all. Oh, I was corrected here. It was either me or you, but I think it was me. Another AJ Arando, said Vakir, not Vakur. That's what he wrote. He spelled it out. V-A.
That's fair.
He said,
that's fair.
He said,
because I know I'm butchering that name every time I say it. That's fair.
I appreciate.
It's hard to say.
Listen. I appreciate the correction, but he can go fuck himself if he thinks he's going to come into these comments.
But also, go fuck yourself.
Yes, if he's going to come in here and clear my fucking good name out of here, I'll color a vagina if I want to. No, I'm joking. It is the way that he's pronouncing it here is actually very, very correct. So I'm not going to shit on the guy. That's pretty much it. We don't have many more. We're going to get out of here very, very soon. But the Intercontinental, which one is this one? 17 world titles. Oh, 17 world titles versus Intercontinental title. I don't even know what that means. Hold on a second. I need to a little bit. Champion. For fucking what? Oh, okay. I can tell by my tone exactly what it was. Never mind. It was people who were complaining that this is his final run and he's never won the Intercontinental title. Meanwhile, he's sitting on 17 fucking world titles. Well, Giancarlo Celentano says the only time I actually think a top guy should have won a mid-card title is Goldberg beating Jericho instead of KO. Oh, I think, okay. Oh, all right. Yeah, I think he's referring to that time when Jericho was the U.S. champion. I get it. Goldberg, he would have rather have seen Goldberg defeating Jericho. All right, I understand. Has the WWE universe outgrown the horsewomen? We were making a conversation about how they're kind of more the elder statesmen now. Lazy AZ, I'm referring to Lazy As, I guess. Nah, it's really just Charlotte that people moved on from. Au contraire, my friend. Has time changed that statement?
Yeah, I was gonna say time that did not age well, although they're not completely wrong. Probably when they made the comment, but it's not aging well. It's not aging well.
Steven Rosario, everyone moved on from Charlotte. Bailey has had the same motion for years. Becky is doing great work as a delusional champion.
I love the backhanded compliment.
No, I think he's referring to the fact, I think he's referring to the delusional part as being part of the character. Like that she's delusional. Like it's still 2019 to her right now.
No, that's not a character.
Yeah, that's
I refuse to believe what she's doing as a character. I think she's working the way she works right now. The delusion is like that's the shoot part. It's not the work.
This guy over here cut a whole fucking promo. Money in the Bank is a played out concept. That was the name of the clip that I had posted. Mike P decided to fucking unload. Not on us, but on the concept. And he said, we have had only two guys. He wrote two in caps, so he means this shit. We have had only two guys who were, quote, up and coming, win and successfully cash in the briefcase since 2016. Two in almost 10 years. The problem is WWE does all the planning years out, so there's no room for up-and-comers to win the briefcase. But it's so successful and marketable as an event, they won't do away with it. They shouldn't either. Even if the cash-in scenario is the same every time, it's such an easy way to rocket someone to the main event. Having these top-level guys win repeatedly or having your new guys lose the shot does nothing for anyone. It hurts the wrestlers and the concept. But WWE is so violently money-hungry nowadays, they won't do anything about it. Okay.
I disagree with the money-hungry. I could be wrong.
Well, they are money-hungry.
I'm open. Yes, I'm open to being wrong, but that takes a little bit more time to explain what my definition of money hungry is. But what I also think is, I think it's just something that's so fundamental and expected that it's not on the priority list, I guess is the best way to say it.
Yeah.
Right? Like, yeah, I would agree that Hunter also wants to change Money in the Bank, but there are other things that should come first. And that's going to take up a lot of resources and time to figure out what you're going to do with that. And it's just a system that just kind of works storyline wise. So I agree with them, except for even if they are money hungry, I don't think Money in the Bank is because they're money hungry. I just don't think it's a high priority right now. And it just kind of works and you just let it go. It is what it is right now.
Well, also to his point, he gave me the example of two guys in 10 years. I mean, what's the alternative? 10 guys in 10 years? You can't have 10 guys in the fucking main event scene. Not everyone gets to be the WWE champion. I mean,
I think
that's not going to work.
I think your what you said and what he said can both exist at the same time. They're just two opposite ends of a fucked up coin. Right? So if one side, your side, that looks kind of dumb. Now we're changing belts to up-and-comers every year. That doesn't make any sense. But to his point is like, this is for up-and-comers. Or at least it feels that way. So what's the point if there's no up-and-comers? I think it's the same comment. It's the same problem. Both sides, for sure.
Well, Phil T. Donkey also would like to chime in. He wrote, Money in the Bank really only works if a heel has it as well. Never really works as a babyface because they always openly challenge the champ for a specific date. Heels just show up and cash in. Also not true. There's been a ton of babyfaces who did not prognosticate their cash-ins. Matter of fact, that point proves his first point, which is it works better as a heel because the babyfaces who did sneak attack eventually became heel off of it. Because it's a dirty way to win a fucking championship.
Well, no, if you're going to make that argument, you're kind of validating his point.
I just validated his point.
Oh, okay.
I'm saying it validates his point because it does work as a heel. Even if you catch it as a babyface, it doesn't really work because it's such a dastardly way to win a title that it doesn't really help. Outsider, he wrote, so many hour of work bookers. I think he meant out of work bookers, which doesn't make any sense because I have a ton of fucking work. So I don't know what the fuck he's talking about. But yeah, I think he's just spreading the whole, oh, look, we're internet people, so we must know what the fuck we're talking about. All right, I'm going to wrap this up. Would you rather pee your pants in public once a week or poop your pants in private every day? Gag, or not gag, excuse me.
That would have been an appropriate name, though.
Yeah, it's Gage. I went with Gag because he did G4, G3. I didn't see the 3 right away. So he picked pee his pants once a week. So some of these people are, they're chiming in. They're putting it in here. We did a thing on Goldberg's revisionist history, and this guy fucking went to the defense. He was a huge draw in his time. Gregory Allen, by the way. On the level of Austin and The Rock at the time, he did a lot for the business, not just WCW, but the business. No, he wasn't or is the best wrestler, but he did have a big impact in the 90s. And I'm not a Goldberg fan. I was as a kid. But his comebacks have been horrible and undeserved. But he did deserve a send-off, and I think the one he got was perfect. I didn't want to see the match take place, but I figured if this was the last time, sure, let him have his roses. Then he has to go and get all Goldberg about it on Ariel's podcast. He was a big draw, but he wasn't Taker. He wasn't John Cena, but he was influential to a lot of kids back then and inspired some people to get into wrestling. It's a double-edged sword. I think he made my point for me. Isn't that all the things that I said?
I don't think he was trying to disagree with you.
Oh, you think he was like supporting it? Because it sounds like he's saying everything that I said.
How did he start that again? Was it in disagreement?
No. He just said he was a huge draw in his time.
I think he was just making a point, and yes, I think it supports what you were saying.
Yeah, I think it's a supporting thing too.
Yeah.
Then he had to get all Goldberg.
I agree. He was a huge impact. Like I said, it fucking haunts my life every day when I hear the fucking theme song. I know my wife's gonna do something stupid, but my point is, to his point, Goldberg is a household name, but as time went on, like you said, he wasn't that top person, so it just kind of kept being, kept fading every time he returned and stuff. Yeah, I think he was proving your point. Deliberately, though. I don't think he was he was wrong in what he was trying to say.
We did a gun to my head situation, and you put me on the spot. You said, of the two legends at Saturday Night's Main Event, Trish or Goldberg, who would I pick to watch a match? And I picked Trish. You said I was trolling. And here's NBA Nick in the comments. Trish isn't constantly in a title match, though I would take her too. And then True JT wrote, I'm picking Trish too.
Oh my God, baby, I'm out of pocket.
Of the two,
you gotta get these comments on here more, dude, because I need to get checked. You know what I mean? Clearly,
AJ.
Clearly, I was putting disrespect on Trish.
I'm getting checked in this next one. I got put in my place. AJ predicts WrestleMania 45 main event. When I said that I was expecting Jacob Fatu and Braun Breaker in the main event of WrestleMania 45. Yep. Justin Perez wrote, ha 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 ha. No. That was his response to that.
I hope when he did that shit, not only did he verbally say that out loud, but he slammed the keyboard every time you hit a letter.
Giancarlo Celentano is back in the comments. He wrote, imagine if it's Fatu and Dom. Imagine. That's crazy.
I mean, the way they're pushing, that's not impossible.
The last one we're doing here, I made a comment on our live where I said that I had bad timing with Roman Reigns' themes. He keeps changing them up on me. Giancarlo came back at me and said his theme is peak. So how about that? Those are our comments on TikTok. Giancarlo looks like he's becoming a fan. He's been commented a lot of the recent stuff. So we're branching out. We're doing some things.
Oh, yeah, dude. You don't have to open that app up a little bit more, dude, because these comments are good. I'd like to get them, hot off the press.
Yeah, I know. Some of those are a little on the older side. Yeah, I know. But now that I know that I'm not getting the notifications, I want to go into the settings and change that so I can get a notification whenever someone comments.
Yeah,
and I'll throw it in
that'd be sick. Yeah.
So, yeah, definitely. All right, folks. That is our SummerSlam Aftermath show. We even threw in some comments from you, the members of the Squad of O, always paying tribute to you guys for being on the show. Next week, I don't know what to tell you. I don't know what next week's going to be about because there's so many non-wrestling things happen. We got 2 earthquakes up here.
Damn.
Saturday and today. We had earthquakes. This is a new thing that now apparently I have to worry about in my life, I guess. There's so many non-wrestling things taking place, so we're going to take a pause for the cause. We're going to see what the world has cooked up between now and next week. Hopefully nobody else dies or anything like that. We'll be able to figure this out. So nobody be selfish and kill themselves. We got stuff to talk about. So thank you for listening. Thank you for downloading. Thank you for sharing. And, of course, without a single doubt, thank you guys for enjoying. I cannot absolutely thank you guys enough for everything that you guys did for the live and for everything you guys have done for the YouTube channel. Go check that stuff out, and we will see you next week.
Mic drop. Wait a minute. This is too much. Cooking it like a pro. Wrap it up, everybody. Show's over.